shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
Yes, the two leagues, hottest sides meet off in the Apple Isle here. Both sides yet to lose a game. Of course, to speak of the Hawks taking on the Giants here at UTAS Stadium. Players going through their final protocols here at the ground. Great to have your company wherever you tuned in. Tim Solly here hosting the action, and we've assembled an all-star cast for this one here tonight at UTAS. Starting with the man next to me, he's a Saints Hall of Famer, two-time All-Australian. Of course, the speaker, Joey Montagna. Welcome to you, Joey.
Hello, Timmy Solly. That was a low-key start by you. I know you're up and about. We just watched the Saints, and you were celebrating. We were giving high fives.
I was.
You mentioned finals, and I said, Timmy, settle down.
I did.
And then you took it literally, and you just came on air and just thought, I better play it down. I don't want to be up and about, but Saints had a big win.
They did, Joey.
It was a big day today too. Gold Coast Suns as well. Boy, oh boy, watch out.
You called that game. How was it?
No, it was a stinker. It was good for about a quarter and a half. Melbourne were very disappointing, but Gold Coast might just be legit. We've all been waiting when the time has come. Today might have been a bit of a statement that they have arrived.
Who caught your eye in that one?
The midfield were awesome. I think we spoke about it off air, and I didn't know if I wanted to go with it on air, but I'm on air now, so I probably have to. I think Gold Coast midfielders, we welcome in Isaac Smith, Ruby Schleicher.
Well, we'll get into
Schleicher. Are the Gold Coast Suns midfield, could they now be the best midfield in the competition? When you think of what Rowell and Anderson and Miller, Humphrey going through there, because I was trying to think, I'm going, who are the best midfield? Like Sydney, Brisbane have been terrific, but this Gold Coast Suns midfield could be the best midfield in the comp by mid-year.
Yeah, by mid-year, I think they could be.
They're not there yet, but they're on the way.
They do take a lot of territory, though.
We'll get to that later. Joey's got a hounder on Instagram. Someone's hounding him about territory.
Phone to pick.
We're all saying it's territory, so if he's tuning in...
That's a good call, Joey. That's a good call, I reckon. Mid-year, we'll be talking about Gold Coast a lot more than what we are at the moment. And you said off the top, Tim, in that very low-key introduction.
It was a bit low-key. I thought I'd try it on.
I think you gave everything you could at the auctions today. But
yes.
Had his feet up on the table. Just pick him back.
You said the two hottest teams in the AFL. I reckon Gold Coast, Adelaide, Brisbane might be sort of a bit upset with that call, because there's some hot teams in footy at the moment, and the footy's really good to watch. But, yes, we have an absolute cracker, and maybe it will be the grand final preview.
That is the voice of Isaac Smith, by the way. Joey did introduce him. He's 280 games, four-time premiership superstar. And alongside him tonight, Ruby Schleicher, the Collingwood best and fairest from last year. A couple of All-Australians to boot as well. Rubes, how's your day been?
It has been pretty cruisy. Not as cruisy as yours, clearly, with that intro. But I've come in fairly relaxed, but very excited for the game ahead. Just backing up Izzy. I mean, this game, it's going to be an absolute ripper. I think the Hawks have proved they're the team to beat coming into tonight, and the Giants, I think we've seen them absolutely dominate the Pies in that round 0 game, and then to, I guess, reflect now and to see them beat the D's by 3, and looking at the D's last couple of weeks, it's pretty tricky to see where they're going to be at, but they play pretty similar game styles, and it'll be interesting to see who gets on top. But I mean, I'm looking forward to see the package, and we'll talk about him soon, I'm sure. Exciting. But that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing the package just come out and rip it out for the Giants.
She's talking about a player.
No, Jake Stringer. Yes, yeah.
What about how quickly Joey's head popped up there?
Isaac is wearing some tight shorts tonight. So I just didn't know whether we're talking about Jakey Snake or...
Not that package.
Good to have you here, Rubes. Looking forward to this one. And I can tell you what, we saved the best for last, because we've got a man who's on the Tubes and Kaz breakfast show in Tassie.
Oh, we got Tubes.
Yeah, we saved the biggest for last. Let's head downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marts and catch up with Tubes himself. You there, Tubes?
I'm here, fellas and ladies. Ruby, good evening to you. I tell you what, it's cold here.
Ladies
it's
and Ruby
breezy.
are the same people, Tube.
Yeah, okay.
Fellas, ladies and Ruby. You've covered both bases, and then you've thrown me in there. You're not quite sure. Is it the voice? You're not quite sure?
I'd just like to make sure that people out there listening know that I'm acknowledging them. There's a stiff breeze here going to the left of the radio dial, folks. The subs are in. It is Luke Bruce into the side, the sub, and Jacob Wurr is the sub for the Giants.
Good stuff, Tubes. He's down there for Bob Jane T-Marts. You buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T's and C's apply. Good conditions for footy here tonight. What are we expecting?
Always good down in Lonnie. The grass, I was down there last weekend and had a look. They've done a bit of a renovation down there to the stadium, and the change rooms, and it looks absolutely Mickey Mouse. The ground is spot on, grass coverage perfect. People give Tassie a bad rap. There is no better place to play footy.
Am I right in saying this is only the second ever night game in Tassie? Is that correct?
I reckon that would be correct, yeah.
Do you know what happened the only other night game in Tassie?
No.
Do you know who got best on ground?
No.
Yes, you do.
You should be. You should know.
The mail is that you have got best on ground. The only other night game in Tassie. Can you remember it? Have a think. A night game in Tassie. I've been told, and I'm just trying to get this confirmed by the producer. Joey's having a look. The only other night game.
Did we play St Kilda?
I think it was against Saints.
I reckon we played St Kilda in a night game now that you say that.
And apparently Tom Mitchell had 40-something disposals, but you got the 3 Brownlow votes.
Yeah, right. Actually, if it is that game, I think I had 36 and kick 4. So,
well, we're getting our producer to look into it. There you go. It might have been the case, but we'll find that out in a moment. But that's just a mail that came across my desk.
Right.
We're just trying to get confirmed as we go to air.
Well, you stumped me there for a second.
Yeah, there you go.
Rubes, I want to get a feel from you. We've played down here at UTAS. It's a lot like Engie or Monica for the Giants. Should be a sweet transition for them tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen these two face to face at this ground before, and it's been a ripping contest. So I think, Sammy Mitchell spoke during the week and said they feel like there's a real home ground advantage to UTAS, but I think the Giants play it just as well as them. So we'll see how they go. But, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a really exciting game. The storyline between these two teams, and I know it's been spoken about a lot about, it could be the premiership preview. And, it's only round 3, so it feels a little bit ridiculous saying that. But from what the two teams have shown us, it's completely deserving as well.
So just got confirmation.
Yes.
2018, St Kilda Hawthorn.
Were you playing?
No, I'd retired. I did ask the producer to check my stats, but I retired. Tom Mitchell had 45 disposals, didn't get the 3 votes. What did Isaac say that he had? 4 and 36?
Yeah, what was
Confirmation, he had 4 and 24.
Right.
Just a
sprinkle of mayo on that
Right,
one, but he did poll the 3 Brownlow votes in the only other night game played down in
I reckon
Tasmania.
I've been cut short there. I definitely had more than 24.
Champion Data's Bowl.
Wow, trust me, champion data, they're not always correct. They had me for 0 tackles most games, and I would cop that. But every now and then I'd go and look back, and I'd have 0 tackles, and I'd have 3 or 4 because I just had to show the coaches that I was trying.
Yeah, very good.
You played a lot of footy down in Tassie. Talk us through your experiences down here, and what was it like, travelling over with the team? How did you find the Tassie experience?
Oh, I loved it down here, and I think the beauty of it was a home away from home, and we'd travel there at least 5 times a year. So we'd play 4 home and away games, and we'd play a pre-season game down here, and we'd have the same setup, the same hotel. Effectively, you'd be in the same room, same food, same schedule. You'd go and get the same coffee. Saturday mornings, as we weren't lucky enough to get there this morning, but Saturday mornings, the local market, you get a coffee and a little bacon and egg roll before the game, because we'd play a lot of games at around 1 o'clock on a Saturday. So it was awesome. It became a home away from home. We, as Hawthorn players, ex-players, still travel there a lot. We get to Barnbougle. We'd go there 2 or 3 times a year. So we've created a great connection. As I said, I was down here last weekend as well, off the top. So, we have fond memories, fond friendships in Tasmania, and I think that's why Hawthorn have such a good record at that ground. The ground is no different to the MCG in dimensions, but at Hawthorn we had such a connection with the state, and I hope Hawthorn are able to stay there when Tassie come in as well, because I think it'd create a great rivalry.
Do you want that? You want to see Hawthorn still play home games in Tassie?
In Launceston.
Yeah.
And whether that be 4 games or whether that be 2, who knows? But I think it would be great for footy if Hawthorn still stayed somewhat part Tassie, because it gives Tasmania an automatic rival. And then you can build off that. I just think it'd be really good for footy. Tasmania, everyone knows that they're going to take over the state. Everyone knows that it'll be possibly people's second team originally, and then the next generation, it's going to be everyone's first team. So Hawthorn are under no illusions that they're going to keep their supporters down there, but I just think it'd be really good for footy in that state.
Do North Melbourne keep their alignment as well?
No, North Melbourne haven't had the cut through that Hawthorn have had down there. And it's 25 years this year that Hawthorn are celebrating down there, and the amount of time and hours, I know individually I did, but as a club, was massive in that state. And I think it was something like 1 in 10 kids were a Hawthorn supporter in 2000 when Hawthorn first went down there. It's now 3 in 4 kids are a Hawthorn supporter down there. So the amount of hours we put into the community was massive.
Joey, do you think that there'll be an exodus from the Hawks fans down there? Do you think they'll shift across to the Devils, or do you think they'll be able to hold on?
It's a good question. I think you can have teams, people in Tasmania go along and support Tasmania but still back for Hawthorn. I think you'll have a lot of people in Tasmania have 2 teams. They'll have their own clubs that they've been aligned to for a long time, whether it's North Melbourne, Hawthorn, some St Kilda fans. But I think they will go along and support their own team and cheer them on. Now, I think Isaac's right. As time goes on and the kids come through, Tassie and their idols that they've seen grow up will be their number one team. But I would still like to think footy fans in Tasmania will go watch their Tasmanian side, but also still support another team.
Good stuff. That's the voice of Joey Montagna here. All-star cast here tonight with Isaac Smith, Ruby Schleicher, Tim Solly here. I'll be calling the action, and we've got the superstar down on the boundary, and Andy Taylor Tubes. He's down there all night for Bob Jones team-ups. We'll have a short break, and we'll be back right after this for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rock Footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Melbourne, weekdays from 6. It's Mick in the Morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie.
Always throw in crazy events. Tug of war was
huge
for a long time. And if you an athlete who played tug of war was called a puller.
Well, I'll be going to the Olympics and I'm going to pull myself silly. I could pull for Australia.
Start your day with Mick in the Morning. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Visit quit.org.au to start your journey and quit one step at a time.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The famous National Tiles Spend and Save is on now. Spend $4,000 and we'll only charge you $2,750. Spend $2,000 and we'll only charge you $1,450. Or spend $1,000 and we'll only charge you $750. Yes, the more you spend, the more you save at the National Tiles famous Spend and Save. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into a National Tiles store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save.
Lads, where are we thinking for our same race multi?
Let's see. With Ladbrokes, we can place one at Moonee Valley, Randwick, Caulfield.
Bet on more tracks and race codes than ever before with the Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. T's and C's apply. See website for details. What's gambling really costing you?
G'day, Brownie here, and I'm feeling a rata. Why? Because footy is back. And the only place to watch footy live this Saturday is on Fox Footy, available on KO Sports. Can you believe it? Yep, exclusive live Saturdays in 4K with no ad breaks in play. Now that's worth singing about. Get on board KO Sports and sign up today.
Right now, Sellies and Triple M are giving you the chance to win $10,000 cash. Call 1300 337 787. Tell us when or how Sellies has saved or could have saved the day on your job site and you're in the running. If it's Sellies, it works.
On May 9th, we're going blue for Do It for Dolly Day. Blue on the farm. Blue at the beach. Blue in the bush. Blue to spark conversations about bullying and remind every young person they're not alone. Blue to raise awareness for today and funds for tomorrow. So let's come together to go blue to end bullying. Register at doitfordollyday.org.au.
The tunes don't have to stop when you get out of the car. Hit up the Listener web player as soon as you log on at the office to keep streaming your favourite music. Get started at listener.com.
Listener. Here's the deal. You're busy, very busy, which means you haven't given food much thought. And worse, hunger is fast approaching. What do? A, cry for help? Or B, tuck into a tasty, ready-made YouFoods meal? YouFoods meals are delivered fresh, no prep needed. Just heat, eat and enjoy. So when what to eat feels like another thing on your plate, remember, we've got a fix for that. Get your fix today with YouFoods.
Attention tradies, installers and tech professionals. Get access to exclusive trade pricing on over 10,000 products at Radio Parts. Visit us in store or apply today for your trade card online at radioparts.com.au. Supporting Aussie businesses for 90 years.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M
rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Yes, we're down in beautiful Tassie for a big hit out between the Hawks and the Giants. They're going through their final motions here. Joey Montagna's in the house with Isaac Smith, Ruby Schleicher, Tim Solly be calling the action tonight, and Andy Taylor down on the boundary for Bob Jane Team Arts. This is the Triple M Footy Prime Time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industry Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in the air. Players going through their final paces here, about 4 minutes away from the first bounce. Might just rehash over those scores earlier today, Joe, if we can. The Saints by 82 points earlier today over the Tigers.
When did we last win by 82 points?
Lids off.
When did we last win 2 games in a row? That's what I want to know. So yeah, the lid is well and truly off. They were in it till half time, the Tigers, weren't they, Isaac? But the Saints kicked away in the end.
Yeah, they did. I didn't see a hell of a lot of the game, Tim. I watched till half time and thought,
I appreciate your honesty, Isaac.
and I thought this is a real game, so I went and mowed the lawns, to be honest.
Well,
no,
the wife will be happy.
I'm joking here. I thought St Kilda were brilliant, and they copped it like a few teams have copped it early in the season, but their last 2 weeks they've bounced back. Joey wasn't fortunate enough to be in the rooms this week, but they played great football. They put great speed on the ball, and hats off to them. We were joking that the lid's off, but teams are coming under pressure, and we're seeing teams respond. And from a young side, that's a good thing.
What about your Hawks, Isaac? What are you assessing? Where are you rating Hawthorn? Are you looking at them going, they are a genuine premiership team, or are you sort of still just biding your time with them? Where are you sitting?
No, I'm biding my time. They're still young, and well, they have some older players, and I think getting Barras and Battle in's really strengthened and stiffened them up. Lloyd Meek in the ruck, and what I love most about them at the moment is they're just playing a hard, ruthless brand of football. Everyone's talking about the offensive stuff, but they've got some proper tough midfielders at the moment, and that's led by the ruckman. And then you throw Newcombe at his feet. You got Connor Nash in there. Will Day, pound for pound, is the toughest bloke I've played with in footy. He will put his head over it. He'll go back with the flight. He has a lot of tricks in his kit bag. So they're just playing some great footy, but certainly not locking him in at the moment.
It's a good point you make. They're precious, flying under the radar because everyone wants to talk about the sexy Hollywood Hawks, but they're actually cracking in. Ruby, the Giants, you mentioned Jake Stringer in the side for his first time as a Giant. What do you make of them? We've only seen them once so far. It was a pretty impressive performance, but what do you like about this team?
Oh, well, I'm excited to see Stringer, as you said, come in. I think their depth coming in as well. I mean, they've got so many players across the ground. All three levels across the ground look so good. I mean, and role players as well. We've seen Toby Bedford do a really good job in locking down some of the best mids in the game. I'm really intrigued to see who he goes to. Adam Kingsley basically confirmed he'll be in a tagging role. So whether that is to Newcombe or Day will be interesting because, you tag one, it's Will Day. We know how damaging he can be. Newcombe gets off the chain like he did against the Blues and just runs absolutely rampant. So will be interesting to see what happens there as we see Toby Green go out into the middle of the field.
That's a fresh cut.
I tell you what,
isn't it?
Looking at James Sicily and Toby Green tossing the coin, what odds would you have got about 6 years ago that these two would, seriously, Isaac, 6 years ago we would have said it was $1 million to 1. It would have been Toby Green and James Sicily were the two captains.
I reckon outside of $1 million to 1. So
what club value has really changed these days?
It's phenomenal, isn't it? This new generation of player coming through. There's a lot of rat bags in groups, and we've got 2 rat bag captains. So, no, they've both matured a lot, and Sis is one that I got to see a lot of, and he's one of my great mates. But when he first came in, he was from Melton. He was so raw. But the growth in him over the last 10 years has been amazing, and similar with Toby Green. I remember talking to him the other week at Jeremy Cameron's wedding, and he told me he was doing his Masters of Business Administration, and I thought, that's not the Toby Green I knew 10 years ago. So, no, it's a credit to both of them, the work they've put in.
We'll get a segue down to the boundary for Bob Jane Team Arts. The toss has been done, Tubes.
Yes, it has been, Tim. Toby Green won the toss. Will kick to the left of your radio dial, and there is a stiff, probably at least 4-goal breeze going to the northern end of the ground. And I just want to remind you guys about the game last year that was supposed to be under lights, but they rescheduled because of the Tas Networks guys taking a stop work, and they had to reschedule that game.
Thank you. Hey, Tube, so the northern end, which team's kicking with the breeze in the first quarter? Because I'm not sure which is the northern end here.
The left of the radio dial is where the breeze is going. Toby Green is selected
Giants have got
that
it.
way.
Lovely. Giants are kicking with the breeze in the first quarter. Thank you, Tubes. Looking forward to coming to you throughout the game. We're all set here at Utah Stadium, Launceston. I was about to say Marvel Stadium. How we going? Can't wait for this one. Been a big day.
Oh, you're still at St Kilda.
Looking forward to this game. Two good teams. And it's going to be Meek and Briggs from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Tumbles towards half forward. Amon, who's been in sensational form to start the season. Tumbles the ball to half forward. Marbiel Child, little fumble. Iden. Here's Callahan. Great to see him going already. Tucking under the arm. Taking a run and bounce. Gets to the wing. Drives it inside 50. Sicily sitting under the footy. But Weddle just rips it out of his hands and takes the intercept mark deep in defence.
And that's where GWS have to be smart tonight. That Hawthorn set up so well with that spare behind the ball, and they kick it to effectively two spares on that entry. So they need to work the ball better when they're going inside 50, GWS.
Weddle belts outside 50, but defensive mark taken by Buckley on this broadcast wing. Decides to go backwards to come forwards. He's got Iden, who completes the switch out to the outer side. Himmelberg, carefully Nursey one, finds last year's All-Australian in Whitfield. They've gone to the outer wing now. Pokes another one short forward and finds Ash. Just slow, deliberate stuff here early from the Giants. As he pokes another kick shot, that was horrible. It's been turned off to D'Ambrosio.
Interesting, Isaac, how slow the Giants were at that possession. Do you think they're conscious of not kicking the ball to the Hawks at half-back and sort of starting that counter-attack rebound that the Hawks love to do?
Yeah, I think they are. As we know, Hawthorn are one of the best teams at scoring from D50 and transitioning the ball. So you think they'd want to be smart with it, but there comes a point where you got to get it in long.
Just like Hawthorn do here, it was Nick Watson on the wing, drives it towards half forward, and Hardwick takes the mark 52 metres out. He was inside 50, but he tried to play on and create something that wasn't really on. Turnover. Josh Kelly, deep in defence, goes towards the wing. Good courage.
That's two.
And D'Ambrosio.
Two intercept marks to D'Ambrosio already.
Not noted for that facet of his game. He's more of an offensive weapon, but he's growing by the week. What a wonderful player he is. He's going to kick this ball to about 30 out. Child, Buckley got the fist in. Get it in the long sleeves. Got the crumb. Here's Newcomb today. Tries to break Daniels' tackle. He does. And then the snap towards goal. Off the mark. And through for a rush behind. First score of the night. Goes the way of the Hawks. Those on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Both sides just feeling each other out at the moment as we see GWS work it out of their D50, but just seems no real flow of the game at the moment.
Here's the little roadrunner Jones, picks it up, handballs forward. Toby Green runs to 50, eyes the goals, floats it there, and slots it home. Toby Green opens the account for the Giants. They're 1 goal straight, 6. Hawks one behind. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Well, just as I say, there's no flow of the game. They go from a kick-in to a goal scored by Toby Green. They just kept the ball moving. They're second in the lead for scoring from kick-in, so it's something they do really well. The only other team that is better at it than them is the Hawks. So these are two sides that really love going end-to-end and are good at it, but they just kept the ball moving, used their runners, and got it going, got it to the skipper, and they're on the board early.
Well, with a haircut like that, he was never not going to
He's looking
kick
fast.
the first goal.
Can you explain it for the listeners? I can't see what he's got.
So he's got all his hair on his head. He's just decided to take half of it around his ears off. I'm not exactly sure.
Real short.
The zero around the sides and then the hair on top. There's no blending.
G.I. Joe style.
There's no fade in that one.
No, not an ounce of fade.
Giants win the centre clearance, goes inside 50. Hogan got the handball. Stringer, he's handball. Toby Green couldn't take it cleanly. Cadman tried to go off the ground and through for a behind. Good start for the Giants. 1-1-7. Hawks one behind.
And apologies to our listeners out there. I'm not the guy that should be talking about haircuts and how to get.
You got a good crop of hair.
Oh, good crop of hair. I wouldn't know how to explain a haircut though.
You know what it looks like? They've put a little salad bowl on the top. Just shaved up around up to the salad bowl as they go inside 50 again. The Giants, top of the square. Impey with a spoil. And it bounces right out of bounds next to the behind post. We'll have a toss in, deep in attack for the Giants. Good early signs here. Looks like the week off might have helped them.
Speaking of hair, Ruby, by the way, that hair clip of yours is the biggest hair clip I've ever seen. What is that?
Yeah, it's called a claw clip, mate.
A claw clip?
Yeah, it's...
Seriously?
It is. It
looks like dinosaur teeth.
Ball in, Meek in the ruck. A little falcon from Day. Daniels had it smothered off the boot, and then Giath carried the turf. We'll have a toss-up 40 out from the Giants' goal.
You bring your dinner in that hair clip?
Yeah, the kids if you pull that out. Throw in inside 50 for the Giants. Tom Green couldn't get the hands free. Here's Morrison will clear the defensive 50. One-on-one contest. Hardwick, second win. Playing on Himmelberg. Up at half-back. Goes short to Will Day. Just keep an eye on Toby Bedford for us, Ruby, so we can find out who he's trying to get to. He's sort of around this footy here. Darcy Jones's handball, only as far as the Hawks. There is Bedford, might be going to Newcomb. He's on his hammer right there as Newcomb gets a handball. Back to Morrison. Feeds it back to Hardwick. So just mucking around with it at half back here, Hawthorn. And they now go to half forward. Ginnivan tried to play for the free kick. Umpired him full. Nick Watson tried to keep it in using his foot.
That is out
of bounds on the full.
That is out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpire is right there, and he's blown a throw in. So very lucky there, because I'm not sure what Watson was trying to do.
They let these go down here in Tassie. You should know that, Isaac. Ball in.
You could get away with a bit.
Tap to the back.
You'd never get reported or fined in Tassie.
No.
You're right, Joey. Bedford paying some close attention to Newcomb. I mean, given Newcomb's game last week, had the 32, 11 tackles and 9 clearances. Not a bad choice.
Sharing up and down, parting the seas. Newcomb smothered off his boot. Was good by Whitfield. Now Ward feeds it out the back. Ash, good build up here. Callahan. Here's the orange tsunami as Whitfield fans the kick to the outer side. Cornelio, right on the logo outer wing. He pumps a long drop punt into the pocket. Cadman the target. Spall came Barras. Impey there for company, and in the end they see it out of bounds. 30 around from the Giants' goal.
So brilliant positioning by Barras there, taking front shoulder, able to get the fist in front of Cadman. And watching Hawthorn live last week, they could effectively set Barras and Battle up and set and forget. They didn't have to worry about those forwards. They took them out of the game, and they were just so strong in their role.
Here's Stringer, roved it off the pack of the stoppage on the boot. The left, it just misses. That would have been some sort of start. He's had a couple of touches early. And the Giants another behind. They're 1-2-8. Hawthorn one behind. We've played 8 minutes into this first quarter. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Just looking at a couple of the matchups in the Giants forward line, it looks like Cadman is accompanied by Barras.
Like
there we go.
embarrass.
Embarrass. Sicily to Stringer.
Whitfield back inside 50. Another opportunity. Hogan reels it in and then sinks his elbow into GF on the way back and says, I'm going to go back and have a shot at goal.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much, Rubes. We'll just throw it down the tube soon and find out who GWS's sub is again.
So good to see him back on the park. Strange one missing with a broken finger due to an incident on the bus. 77 goals last year for Hogan. To open his account in 2025, he gives it the typewriter and he gets the job done. Lightning start here for the Giants. 2 goals, 2-14. The Hawks one behind. That's all on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
So many threats up forward for Giants that we're seeing in this new look forward line. And I guess what it takes away for the Hawks is their ability to come across and help each other in the contest. You've got so many tall targets that you need to be aware of and try and keep them out of the contest, that you know, your Sicilies and that pride themselves on coming across, and that intercept mark game, it really takes them away from that strength. So it's something they're going to have to adjust to.
Yeah, we were talking before the bounce, Rubes, about the defence of Hawthorn and the offence of GWS, and their forward line, GWS forward line is probably the number one forward line in the competition versus the number one defence in the competition. So we're going to get a cracking contest tonight, and we'll see both teams get their opportunities.
We've gone to the Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Centre bounce. McKenzie for the Hawks. Wins the clearance. Got the handball to Nash, who kicks the ball. Weddle now resting forward. He's going to... I thought the free kick was going to go to Weddle, but in fact it was just off the play. And Hardwick just tried to stop Himmelberg from getting a run and jump. So the free kick to Harry Himmelberg. You can see it there on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. And he goes short to Connor Stone. These kicks risky, but it got to Callahan, who loves to run and bounce. He takes one bounce through the middle, takes two bounces, he takes three. Nobody comes at him, so he goes from 55. It won't quite register a score. And there was a marking contest, but through for another behind. Quick transition again from the Giants. They're 2-3-15, the Hawks one behind.
And that's what you can do at UTAS Stadium. You get that half switch, and because it's so wide like the G, you can go straight up the middle. The only disappointing thing about that play was when you take four bounces through the middle of the ground,
got to finish.
Doesn't matter where you are, just have a go at them.
Isaac Smith on the Seabus Super special comments tonight with Ruby Schleicher. Seabus Super making hard work pay off as the kick outside 50 from the Hawks is chopped off again. And again, it's Finn Callahan.
How good's this guy going? I know there was the talk around the contract St Kilda offered him.
32 last week. He gets the old 8-iron out, pops it up to the top of the square, through the hands of Barras. He must have got a paw on it. Umpire signals it was touched, through for one behind. 2-4-16, the Hawks one behind. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
But the way he started the season, you can tell exactly why they threw the house at him.
I'll tell you what, you have to give the St Kilda scouts some good credit. They went after Finn Callahan and Tom De Koning. Probably two of those players in the comp right now. So even though they might not jag them, they can sit there and say, well, we've identified the right players. So the Hawks try and kick in again, but once again, kicking into this solid breeze.
Well, if they keep playing the way they played today...
Yeah, they might want $2 million.
Well, no, I mean St Kilda, they'll land a couple.
Yeah, that was Sam Taylor that took the intercept mark, so... Just recapping for those joining us late, the Giants are kicking with about a 3 or 4 goal breeze in this first quarter down at UTAS. At the moment, they're 2-4-16.
To the northern end.
The northern end. Now we know that is the left of the broadcast. Ash drives it deep inside 50 again. Big pack of players. Battle couldn't take the mark. Cadman went early. Gave away the free kick. In fact, it's going to go to the Giants. And it is Cadman. He was blocked out of the contest, said the umpire. We'll take a look at that on the Harvey Norman replay. But he'll have a shot for goal, only 20 metres out. A tough angle and the wrong side for a left footer. But someone of his quality should be able to steer this one home. Ruby, talk us through what you see on the...
Yeah, we'll have a look here. It is there. Barras just blocks Cadman out of the mark as he goes to get up behind the pack.
Yeah, took his eye off the ball, and Cadman uses the breeze. Gee, that's strong. That went from right to left, but it went straight through. And the Giants have got their third. So on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard, they are 3-4-22. They're dominating possession. Hawthorn one behind. And again, the Harvey Norman replay. Clearly, Barras took his eyes off the footy, and the free kick well and truly there.
How is the breeze down at ground level, Tubes?
Yeah, it's brutal. It's going to that northern end, the left of the radio dial. It's even wobbling the posts, Izzy.
Nice, Tubesy.
So you're staying still 3 or 4 goals, or you think it could even be more?
I think it's at least 4, Joey.
Yeah, good. Well, most of the play's been down this end of the field so far.
And I think that's why you see GWS building it up a bit. That the feel is that when you got the breeze, you want to go really long and fast, but the defender's already dropping off. So if you can lower your eyes, that's when you can get a real advantage.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Free kick to the Giants here in the centre bounce. It'll be Keith. He just sends a little cute kick inside 50. 1-2, bounces off the chest of Hogan. Jones was lurking, but free kick goes to Sicily. And they get some Bronx cheers.
They're under the pump here, Hawthorn.
They certainly are. So Giath has it left back pocket. Some intels come in, Joey, after that Saints win by 82 points. The biggest win since round 14 in 2015. When they won by 110 points and you had a day out, 31 and 2 goals.
If we won by 100, I would have filled the boots. I would have cashed in late. Dylan Moore got the handball out to Weddle, back to Dylan Moore, so the Hawks are going to have to try and run and carry the footy. Watson along the boundary line, one more handball. Child now inside 50, but he's hemmed in on the boundary. Tries to kick to the top of the square. Oh, Connor Iden didn't go bend down and pick it up. He left it behind. Gunston had a golden opportunity with a snap. And it went out of bounds on the full. Good transition, though, by the Hawks. Yeah. That's what they're going to have to do into the breeze.
Yeah, you do have to run the ball, take the bounces, lower your eyes, get some little connection there. But I was going to say you'd take the kick-ins that day, but you kicked 2 goals.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many of those 31 were kick-ins, Joseph?
I didn't take the kick-ins back then. It was only in the last couple of years.
Yes. Rubes, another big game tonight between the Lions and the Cats at the Gabba. You crossed that one.
It is 10:45 to go in the first quarter. Brizzy 1-2-8 to the Cats 2-1-13.
As the Wizard has it in the pocket, he dishes it to his mate Guinea, who handballs back inside. Missed Wizard, laid the bump. Hands and knees was Tom Green. Whitfield tunnels the handball to Iden, and now Kelly just belts it for territory outside 50. Cadman clean. Got it on the bounce. Got it to Toby Green, who tumbles one end on end. This could work out if it sits for Jones. It's not, though. And they're happy about it. The Hawks faithful here at UTAS.
And the mail's coming through that there were 0 Brownlow votes that day.
Yes. I think Dave Armitage got the 3 that day. Did he? So nothing for you there, Joey.
He would have. I must have got him in junk time.
He would have just got a fresh perm that week.
Yeah,
you would have noticed.
So throw in on the wing. Giants lead by 21 points midway through the first quarter. Strong breeze they are kicking with. Kelly gets good purchase inside 50. Great matchup. The two captains, Green and Sicily. Weddle, he's been everywhere so far in this first quarter. He's been on ball, forward and back. Keefe, the hero a couple of weeks ago. Brent Daniels, clever. Got it to Cornelio. Again, he'll drive it inside 50. Look at that breeze, take it into the pocket. Barris was going to take an uncontested mark until CJ Giath got the fist in. But the Hawks will still mop it up. Sicily, clever kick. And the mark taken by Lloyd Meek.
Well, this is a really good start by GWS. So Hawthorn play down here a lot and understand the breeze and know how to play to it. But it looks like GWS are the team that are on top and playing the breeze better.
Giants by 21. 9 minutes left of this first term. Broadcast wing. Kelly on his hands and knees. He sucks it back in. It's cut off by Ginnivan, who handballs to no one in particular. Green out the back to Iden, who just booms a long right foot Wernburner down the line. Unkind bounce Cadman. Sat kindly for Toby Green. He pops it over to grass for Jones, who spins on a dime and then nails it in and finds Hogan sliding into the turf. 25 out, slightly worse than a 45-degree angle.
Well, it was beautifully set up by the Giants. Just just played with it on top of the 50, and none of the Hawthorn defenders really committed to the contest, so it was pretty easily shifted out by Toby Green. A nice handball out of stoppage and just lowered the eyes into Jesse Hogan on the lead.
So he's already kicked one, Jesse. This the scoring end, according to our man Shoots. Slow, deliberate approach. Gives it the tight rider. Oh, looks lovely off the boot. Glorious finish by Hogan. He gets his second. And this is the start the Giant wants down here at UTAS. 4-4-28. The Hawks, one behind. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. And don't forget, the Hot Honey has dropped at Macca's for a limited time only. Embrace the drip.
You see, you've mentioned it earlier, but even with the breeze, the way that the Giants are using the footy is really clever. They're not bombing away. They're still trying to lower the eyes and find the uncontested marks. It's really working.
Yeah, well, on the Red Z Lending stats here, I am the man tonight. I feel pretty privileged. Yes. Man's not here. So Lockie Whitfield's leading the way with 5 possessions. Callahan 5 possessions and Kelly as well. But the leading possession winner on the ground, surprisingly, is Carl Amon, and he's had 4 contested possessions. So Hawthorn are trying to use the ball a little bit, but GWS are doing it so much better by lowering their eyes. Nearly every one of their players is a multiple possession winner, where Hawthorn have guys lingering down the bottom with 0 and 1 touch.
Oh, that is Isaac Smith. Triple M Red Z Lending stats. Red Z Lending loans for the self-employed. REDZED.com. Giants win another centre clearance. They use the footy well again. Toby Green finds Bedford in a bit of space, who goes from the pocket and kicks another one. The tag hits the scoreboard. And they have kicked the first 5 goals of the game. Tubes told us it was about a 4-goal breeze, but it's a 33-point lead. Still got 7.5 minutes to play first term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, Toby Bedford was actually at that centre bounce there on Josh Ward. Finn Callahan just stayed with the ball as it dribbled out of the centre bounce beautifully. Nice back handball to Toby Green, but Bedford just kept on his bike and the Hawks midfielders didn't go with him. It was actually almost a work rate thing by the Hawks mids then. After Finn Callahan got the ball, a couple opportunities to lay a tackle that just weren't made. Bedford stayed on his bike and just kept running inside 50. And a pretty easy goal from that standard.
Let's head downstairs for Bob Jones Seamarts. Buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T's and C's apply. Tubes.
Yeah, the Breeze has picked up, fellas, at least 7 goals that way, I reckon.
7.
That's as big a breeze as I've heard.
Mate, they called off opening round because of a 7-goal breeze.
For McDonald's, the Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks, footy be the Giants again. O'Halloran, Whitfield, Himmel's back to Stone, just spent it before he had it. Now on the turnover, here's an opportunity more. Gave it to Joel, who was manhandled. On the turnover, Taylor dumps a high one inside 50. Ball out the back. Keith, Cornelio fell to his knees, not sure he had to. And in the end, it's out of bounds, 30 around from the Giants' goal. They lead by 33 points in this first term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard as we watch Joel get dumped in the bullseye.
So throwing inside 50. Again for the Giants. It'll be Lloyd Meek and Briggs. Couple of big units going at it. Tap down to the feet. Sicily tries to keep it low, but only as far as Lockie Ash. I'll get the clearance numbers off you in a minute. Isaac for Red Z Lending. Feels like the Giants have been able to win clearance. That's given them some field position. Kick inside 50. Weddle took a good intercept mark. Kick wide to Morrison. So still in the defensive 50. He's able to kick long down the line. Giants are well set up. Taylor was the spare, couldn't take the mark. Himmelberg set upon by a couple of Hawks, and he's happy to run that ball out of bounds, right on centre wing in front of the interchange gates. Giants leading by 33 points, 6 minutes to go, first term.
Red Z Lending stats here, 7-4 GWS's way. So you're seeing it well with Specsavers there, Joey.
Nice, is this how we saw the first term going, is he? Giants coming out this hard?
Well, I think Giants are always going to come out hard with the week off, and then to have the breeze as well. What's been disappointing from Hawthorn's point of view is they haven't been able to get any uncontested marks and control any of this game.
Is it an advantage when you kick with the breeze first and you hold on to the lead? Like, I know it's a bit like, test match until both teams bat, you don't know. But if you go in with a 5-6 goal lead, it certainly must give you an advantage to then be able to play the game a bit more on your terms.
I reckon an advantage if you're a young team. But if you're playing against an older and experienced team, I'd say Hawthorn are nearly in that mode, then it doesn't really matter, especially if you're the home team there. You understand that you can come home with the wind in the sails. So I expect Hawthorn to play the full 4 quarters. They've got a young, hard-running half-forward line to take the game on.
Cross half-back, Buckley defends the kick wide. Bounces in front of Daniels. He's corralled by GF. Sends a high kick up to the 50. Numbers with the Hawks. And back of the flight. Barris. Sticky mitts. Gets the applause from the Hawks faithful.
Might need you to pop over.
So you got to use the button for that one. We can hear you, Izzy.
It's becoming a trend.
A bit of radio craft there.
It's becoming a trend. He keeps blaming the button. I think it might be the person that's pushing the button.
That was highlighted green.
Ball up centre wing.
What's the saying, Joe?
This isn't my panel.
Bad.
I've been stitched up here. Who's swapped them over? Oh, that's the producer's fault.
Quick kick out of the stoppage. Another one by the Giants. Toby Green dropped the mark. Bedford.
Lucky I only said that.
High ball, half forward. Whitfield had to stand under it. Takes the mark. 2 kicks from home. Although with this 7-goal breeze, it might be 1 kick. He decides to go to the pocket. Hogan worked under it by Josh Battle. And could have been a free kick, but goes out of bounds. Ruby, Choice Hotels around the grounds. The other game going on at the Gabba.
5 minutes to go, or 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Brizzy 2-2-14. The Cats 2-3-15. So the Brizzy have picked a couple back.
Of course, that's the round 0 game that got rescheduled. Tap down. Meek at ground level flicks it up to Mackenzie, who snaps it around his left shoulder. Big fly came Day. McGuinness at ground level got it up to Moore, who parts his way through the seas. Handball forward, set up Wizard. Oh, broke the tackle from Taylor. How did that happen? Sells a bit of candy, then gets a little 1-2 there with Ward. He's still cutting his way through, and then good vision as he finds a kick out wide to Gunston. He's still 55 from home though, Jack. Nice little build up as he squirts a low flat one. Oh, it might be a free, is it? Stone climbed over the top of Day, and he has given away the free. So this will be a shot on goal from Will Day from 40.
Yeah, and this is into the breeze, so this is no guarantee down here in Launceston. Just Jack Gunston tried to hit a 15-metre kick on the back foot, didn't get his momentum through it, so that can be costly entering 50. But the way to kick these down here, Joey, is you got to keep them below the grandstand height. So if you can keep it below that, you can usually punch it through the air. If you get it up and over, it can do all sorts of things.
So Day into the breeze. He starts at left. It's working back, and it hits the woodwork. 3/4 of the way up the goalpost. So they can't find a major in this first term yet, the Hawks. They're 2 behinds. The Giants 5-4-34, Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Tell you what, though, that run from the Wizard off the half-back line was pretty special. Broke the tackle and just went off, ran through about 4 Giants players, gave the handball, got it back, and then the composure to hit Gunston was just bloody beautiful.
Yeah, it was a bit of individual brilliance from Nick Watson.
I tell you, Red Z Lending, Two-Man, he's underpaid. I'm trying to find the pressure rating for our listeners.
you can't even press the button on your own panel.
Pressure rating not on that one.
Yeah.
As the kick goes inside 50, Halloran takes the mark. You won't find the pressure rating on that one.
I think if he doesn't know where the cough button is going, he's not going to find
You're clearly not the IT guy.
I don't know which one of you guys stitched me up, but who switched the panels over?
Play to your strengths, mate, and they're not yours, right? Steer clear of the electronics.
Once again, Giants pretty easily from a kick in. Got it inside 50. It was Hogan's kick that went to about 35, 40 metres out. O'Halloran will have the shot for goal. 50 metres out. Distance won't be a problem. Almost directly in front. For the 6th of the quarter. He looks like he's hooked that one badly. Through from behind. 5-5-35. Hawthorn 2 behinds. Just over 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Izzy's playing dirty over here after slagging him out just then. He's just turned the volume up on my headset while you were talking, Joey, and has burst my eardrums.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh, God.
Hardwick, back pocket. Just goes long for real estate. Meek put the big jukes out. He couldn't clunk it. Tom Green front and square. He just shoveled it out only as far as Nash, who snapped around his body and dumped it onto the chest of Whitfield.
Gee,
and he's given over 50. That's stiff, isn't it?
Yeah, quick whistle.
Yeah.
Ginnivan was on the mark and took one sidestep, and the umpire was hot on it. So that'll take Whitfield inside 50 for a shot on goal.
Well, I think he might have thought the ball was touched initially, and so was Whitfield until he heard the whistle for the mark, because it looked like Whitfield was about to take off as well. So pretty stiff there, and GWS are going to have their 11th shot on goal and really put the pressure on the Hawks.
Tell you what, Tubes wasn't too far off. They get this one, their 6th goal. 5 behinds as well. 2 minutes to go.
It's called local knowledge. Bit of a stutter here from Whitfield. Off a couple of steps. He starts it right. It's bending. Oh, my word. That started right behind post, and he's only just stuck it in for a behind. That breeze has picked up.
I reckon that was outside the right goal point post.
I'll tell you what he did, though, is he did exactly what you supposed. He kicked it too high, and the wind did too much. If he had to kick that a bit lower, it might not have swung as much as a Wazzy Muckram reverse swinger. No, 34 points the margin late in this first quarter. Hawks just hanging on. They are looking for the quarter time siren. Quick kick only as far as Whitfield.
That hit a Toady Greg crack on day 5, I reckon. But sideways.
Himmelberg to Ash. This is inside the centre circle. Hawthorn, good pressure. Himmelberg tries to burst through 2 of them. Couldn't quite get around them. Green couldn't break the Ginnivan tackle. Well done, Hawthorn. Good pressure here. Although Bedford, quick tackle on Newcomb. Hasn't let him get any separation. Loose ball inside 50. The package. Burst through a couple. Snap on the right boot. Didn't quite get it well enough. Touched on the top of the square through, not through behind, but out of bounds. 57 seconds left on the clock. He's had some moments.
There's some signs.
Don't give it without just getting that big highlight just yet.
There's some signs there from the package.
He's looking quick, isn't he? I mean, they've spoken about him. It's the fittest they've seen him for a while, but geez, even that burst then after the ground ball, some serious pace.
So dying minute of this first turn, the ball spins back in, goes past both Reitman, Daniels out the back, couldn't quite. Morrison held up in the tackle. We'll have a ball up, 20 out here from the Giants' goal. Go Harvey Norman, Hisense 2024 TV run out on now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman, Hisense 2024 TV run out, best prices guaranteed as they share it in by hands here, the Giants. The package again, out of his hands, Whitfield. Morrison got dragged off it and then up and over by Tom Green. Ward gets his snout over it as always. The package from the pocket, puts it back in. Jones, snap towards goal, partly smothered. And in the end, D'Ambrosio walks it over. He's caught in a few minds. So 18 seconds left on the clock in this first term. It's the Giants 37 over the Hawks 2 behinds.
So most likely they'll take a 35-point lead into the quarter-time break unless this kick-in can come back. Battle goes as long and far as he can. Ward has to ride a couple of tackles and bumps and will take the ball up.
Reds had leading the inside 50s this quarter. GWS 21-6, so they've played the win perfectly and they've been on top.
That's going to be a throw. So it'll be a free kick to Kieran Briggs. Now this will give us a real test of the breeze. Man on the mark is 70 out.
Wrong bloke's got it.
If Bridgie can just get onto this talk, I should have known better. I should have known better for Ruckman. It went 25 metres sideways. So that's quarter time. UTAS Stadium, the Giants with the breeze. They're able to capitalise. 37 points they are. The Hawks are 2. For Ream, Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the titanium caravans stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Hot honey has dropped at Macca's for a limited time only. Embrace the drip.
Every week on Mick in the Morning, you'll hear from one of the biggest names in the game.
He stands there like a Goliath.
Club captain.
And he bombs away.
All-Australian and Premiership captain.
Number 11, the captain of the Melbourne Football Club, Max Gawn.
Get Max Gawn's review of the round, Monday after 7 on Mick in the Morning with Rube, Titus and Rosie.
Triple M.
Get yourself a new Bailey aluminium step extension ladder, the quickest, most compact conversion ladder available. Enter the draw to win one of 2 $1,000 gift cards, limited time, exclusively at Bunnings.
Want to grow your business and get paid faster? Let me sum it up for you. SumUp is a world-leading payment solutions provider with over 4 million customers worldwide. Cutting-edge payment software that supports over 1 billion transactions a year. From portable FPOS to countertop POS solutions, SumUp's hardware supports every stage of your business journey. Take payments anywhere, secure, seamless, and with no contracts or monthly fees. Think outside the square. Choose SumUp. Purchase now at JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman, and Bing Lee.
No boring stories.
How about that?
No blind shouting. No brainless spam.
Absolutely extraordinary.
Just the best sports coverage from Australia's biggest newsroom. Code Sports. No BS, just sport. Grab the app today.
This station endorses the Commercial Radio and Audio Australia Codes of Practice. We are regulated by these codes, which cover live hosted entertainment, news and current affairs, advertising, the promotion of gambling during live sports, Australian music quotas, and material not suitable for broadcast. The Codes of Practice have been registered by the Australian Communications and Media Authority. If you'd like a copy, contact this station or download from the Commercial Radio and Audio Australia website, commercialradio.com.au.
Ladies, your pleasure just got a whole lot sweeter. Wild Secrets is giving you an extra 25% off her toys, even sale items, because satisfaction should never come at full price. That's right, your favourite vibes, wands and must-haves, now even more irresistible. Treat yourself with discount code EXTRA25 or let someone special in on the fun. But hurry babe, this deal won't last. Head to wildsecrets.com.au now and play your way.
Right now, Sellies and Triple M are giving you the chance to win $10,000 cash. Jump on the win page at triplem.com.au. Tell us when or how Sellies has saved or could have saved the day on your job site and you're in the running. If it's Sellies, it works.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. The famous National Tiles Spend and Save is on now. Spend $4,000 will only charge you $2,750. Spend $2,000 will only charge you $1,450. Or spend $1,000 will only charge you $750. Yes, the more you spend, the more you save at the National Tiles famous Spend and Save. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into a National Tiles store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save.
When you're passionate about the footy, you know the game like the back of your hand. It's a bit like that at your local Mitre 10 Trade Centre. We're passionate about the trade and we know it better than anyone. With expert advice and top quality timber and building products, our dedicated trade teams are ready with specialised service backed by an Australia-wide network. So while you support your team, Mitre 10 Trade is supporting you. That's mighty helpful, Mitre 10.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Bunnings Trade. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
Quarter time, Utah Stadium. Lightning start here for the Giants. They're 5-7-37. The Hawks just the two behinds in that first term, but according to our man Tubes down on the boundary, maybe about a 6 or 7 goal breeze to that northern end, which is the one the Giants were kicking to in that first term. So we'll see how it evens up in this second quarter. Got Isaac Smith here with Ruby Slisher on the Seabus Super Special comments tonight. Izzy, some of the main stats in that first term?
Yeah, just call me Chew Man on the Red Z Lendings soul, but it was all dominated by GWS. Points from turnover plus 21, contested possessions plus 13, clearances plus 5, inside 50s plus 16. That's massive, but we do know there's a big breeze, so the big watch will be Hawthorn this quarter and what they can do. But the thing that stood out was their pressure. So you can have the wind and all that jazz, but you still got to apply your defensive pressure, and they did. They were running at 205, and for a 10-minute patch in that quarter, they were at 229. So that's off the charts type number. So they're playing really good football. They came to play. They had the week off. They're bringing their pressure, and they deserve to be in front.
Plus 16 inside 50s as well. We'll head downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marts. Buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T's and C's apply. Tubes, what's happening?
Yeah, that breeze is still really stiff, Timmy, going to the left of your radio dial with the Hawks this quarter. Just watching Xavier O'Halloran at quarter time in the hands of the physio. Just a quick few run-throughs. Not too sure what's wrong with him, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Nice, Tubes, and quickly Rubes around the ground for Choice Hotels. What's happening up at the Gabba?
Quarter time at the Gabba, 2-2-14 the Lions, 3-4-22 the Cats.
Second quarter about to get underway here. Utah's Stadium under lights. Hawks with the breeze. They trail by 35 points. Day wins the centre clearance. Meek goes on the left boot. Don't see that too often. Coming out was Hardwick. Big collision, no free kick. Taylor wrapped up by Gunston, and immediately Hawthorn have the ball in their forward 50. See if they can maximise this wind as well as the Giants did. Bedford tagging Newcomb. Ash wrapped up.
Well, amazing, isn't it? Straight away, it's played in Hawthorn's in forward 50 with this breeze, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do this quarter.
Here's Newcomb. Couldn't go anywhere. Some of the ball winners in that first quarter for Red Z Lending.
Yeah, for Red Z Lending, disposals, Carl Amon 8, Connor Nash 6, Watson from the forward pocket 6, and then Lockie Whitfield 13 for GWS, Kelly 8, Toby Green 8. Green 8. So GWS owned all the possession that quarter, 111 to 80 possessions. So I'm a bit slow on the stats. I feel like Xavier Ellis when he did it for the first time last year.
You're right. You're doing a good job. And Jesse Hogan's kicked a couple in that first quarter as well.
I've hit the wrong button and it's flipped Hawthorn's upside down here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. As the ball's back in, deep in attack for Hawthorn. Briggs tries to robe his own pill. He got dragged off it by Meek. Callahan, handball to grass, only as far as Giath on his left. He's coughed it up. Kelly. And now the big wigs get involved. Callahan might have got in the back there of Giath. He has. So free kick to CJ, 70 from home. Giants leading this by 35 points as he wills and goes. Giath, high drop punt into the hot spot. All Giants, fist came. Ward breaks through, got it to Ash. Oh no, Whitfield fumbled. Allowed time for Hardwick to pounce, and the umpire says no prior. We'll have a ball up.
Well, that was a good call by the umpire. Didn't take it cleanly, Whitfield, so never really had prior. Nash might have been a throw, got it to Newcomb. But Wizard Watson played for the free kick. Gee, the opposition defender's getting smart on that now. Buckley it was who just pulled out the last minute before getting the high tackle. And then we get another stoppage inside 50. Quick kick, Giants, goes wide. 2v1 in favour of the Hawks. Keefe just trying to tap it forward. Giath, a couple of attempts to try and tap it to Ward, but Lockie Keefe has him, so get a blight on centre wing. Giants will take that. Early stages, second quarter. They lead by 35 points. Hawks yet to kick a major.
Ruby, what would have been some of the messages from Kennedy at quarter time with the 35-point lead, but going against this breeze?
Kingsley?
Kennedy.
Kingsley.
I was thinking he's
I'm not
John Kennedy back coaching the Hawks. The great man.
Not sure what Kennedy would say, but I reckon
1975 grand final.
Don't think doom.
Don't hope doom. Doom.
I'm not sure what Kennedy would be saying, but I reckon Kingsley was pretty happy with his mob. But I mean, the whole message would be, don't take your foot off the throttle, wouldn't it? Going against the wind, and you know it's going to be probably living in your defensive half. So how do we keep possession of the ball?
As Day bursts through, you got it to Ward, who sends a left foot ball top of the square out the back of the pack. Hardwick.
What a kick!
He's taken the mark. There might have been fingertips. The crowd's so loud here, the players don't know what it was.
What a kick, though.
So he's been paid the mark, 15 from home, dead in front.
I couldn't actually see who it was. Will Day. He gives it off to Josh Ward, running on the boundary on his left boot, rips it inside and forces Hardwick to come at the ball. Takes an easy mark, 20 metres out.
Deliberate approach, kick on its way. Oh, he's hit the post. He pulled the kick late, stabbed at it. And the Hawks 3 behind. Giants 5-7-37. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
Well, you're not going to get an easier one than that. Dead in front, 15 to 20 metres out, and just misjudged that wind, and it is swinging really strong left of the goal. So just swung late, hit the post.
They're only going to get 2 quarters really to score. They've got to take the opportunities when they come.
You made a good point earlier though, Rubes. GWS this quarter, if they can get uncontested marks and take minutes off this clock, gives Hawthorn less opportunity to score. They don't necessarily have to score themselves. They've just got to try and kill the game at certain points.
Throwing on the wing. Briggs grabbed it himself. Stringer trying to burst through a couple of tackles. He's up and about. Canelio around the body. Sitting under it. Brent Daniels. That's a strong mark. And he's in no rush. Giants can get the ball in their forward half. So Hawthorn yet to take any advantage of the breeze. It's a 6 or 7 goal breeze, as Tubes has told us. Doesn't want to kick. He gave the handball to Whitfield, who now kicks it inside 50. Any goal into the breeze is worth about 4. Green got the handball to Hogan, to Tom Green. His handball went looking for Kelly. Ginnivan got back to support. Won the footy for Hawthorn. Now McKenzie, normally a good user. That's no example. Beautiful kick to Marviol Chol, who presents up at halfback.
Chol fans it forward. Battle leaking out. Got it to Moore, who lowers his eyes up to the 50. Not heavy enough. Picked up on the bounce. Well done, Gunston. Showed some twinkle toes. Puts it in towards Meek. And Big Lloyd has pulled it down to the top of the square. And this could be the Hawks' first major.
Oh, and how good was that by Gunston? Only his 3rd kick of the night, but able to sell some candy on his opposite foot, get it to the top of the square, and then the work from the ruckman to be working down the middle of the ground and take the mark in the goal square. Great footy.
16 career goals across his 57 games. Oh, he's tugged it left again. He's got a smile on his face. He's just squeezed that home. So finally, 5 minutes into this second term, the Hawks get their first goal. They're 1-3-9. The Giants 5-7-37. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
Well, we saw the Giants able to go end to end early in the first quarter, ending in that Toby Green goal real early. And the Hawks have really done that there. Used the fat side, started with CJ off the back line, and they were able just to keep it in their possession, find the easy kicks, players working really hard to get to the outside. And you said it, Izzy, Jack Gunston, just the ability to step inside and hit up Lloyd Meek, who worked really hard to beat Keith to get forward to that goal square. You love to see that from your ruckman.
Well, isn't it funny? There's not too many one-on-one contests in footy now, but the ruckman, when they go at it, and then when the opposition ruckman gets a goal, the disappointment on the other ruckman, it's so good.
So 1-3-9, place 5-7-37 from the Giants. The Hawks win another centre clearance. That's going to really help having the ball in their forward half. Chol, Moore, they couldn't keep it in. They're throwing 20 metres around from the Hawks goal.
Hawks just have that bit more energy around the contests. Now they're going with the wind rather than the first quarter. They looked a little flat-footed and were just getting beaten to the footy by the Giants, where they have a bit more pep in their step. They look like they're trying to create, not messing around with the footy, just trying to give their forwards best opportunity.
So Briggs.
That's shallow.
That is very shallow.
Got to rethrow that.
Too shallow. It says rethrow.
Running about 5 metres, Joey.
Already, Reds Head lending stats this quarter. Will Day's had 4 disposals, 3 contested possessions and 2 clearances, so he's the one driving the Hawks forward.
He's got Tom Green on him right now for company, deep in the Hawks forward 50. That's a better throw in. Hardwick got it to McKenzie. Couldn't quite spin on his right boot. Great tackle from Harry Himmelberg holding the ball.
I know he gets caught holding the ball, Joey, but you're the draft expert in here. I'd love you to fill us in on McKenzie throughout the game, because he looks like one of these Hawthorn players that's gone from being pretty good to one of their elite users now.
Yeah, just a real good footy IQ, beautiful user, decision maker, everything you need in the modern game.
He's starting to look like his coach a bit. The way that he moves around the ground, both sides of the body, bit of a hooky kind of kick. So ball tossed in, no.
That was the replay.
That's the replay.
On the Harvey Norman.
Harvey Norman replay.
Yep. Go Harvey Norman. iSense 2024 TV run out on now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman iSense 2024 TV sale on now. Best price is guaranteed as the ball's out of bounds on the outer side. So Giants 5-7-37, Hawks 1-3-9. Rubes, what's happening at the Gabba between the Cats and the Lions?
Second quarter's just started. Brizzy 2-3-15. The Cats 3-6-24.
So the umpire sets himself here and a couple of shallow ones. This one's not too bad. Meek muscles to the front. Ball comes down. Ward, the old timer, could have been collected high. Here is that man McKenzie as he stabs one towards Joel. Through his fingertips, deep into the pocket. Buckley. He got it up to Ash, who arches the back. Handball's out to Iden. It wasn't cute enough. Set him up. Wizard pounces. Ball out. Well done, Joel. Throws some weight in there. And now Moore tries to sidestep. Got it out to Nick Watson. His handball inside. Cut off Callahan. Joel lays the gang tackle. And then, like bees to the honeypot, they dive on top. 40 out from the Hawks goal. They're 1-3-9. The Giants 5-7-37. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Meek tapped it straight down to Callahan, who wins the clearance and gets good territory on the kick towards the wing. Mark Sicily sitting back there on his own. Wants to change angles, try and find some space. Goes into the middle. Weddle. And now they go to the outer side of UTAS Stadium. Morrison. Hawks try by 28 points. Halfway through this second quarter. Almost halfway through. Amon wants to get on his left. Drives it into the pocket. It's a low flat ball. It got to the back. Gunston read it the best. Snap from about 15 out. Missed. That was a relatively easy check side for someone of his talents. Sam Mitchell getting frustrated.
And for good reason.
Yeah, squandering some chances. 1-4-10. Giants 5-7-37, Rubes.
Well, you said it. They're halfway through this quarter and the opportunity with the wind. They've had 5 scoring shots. 4 behinds of those twos. 2 of those were absolute gimmies that they've missed, including that one there from Gunston, where GWS, the 12 scoring shots in that first quarter. So they need to start making up some ground, or they'll be relying on the fourth quarter to do the damage.
Ruby Slicer on the Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off as the Giants build their way down the outer wing. Callahan now in the spine. Handball missed Tom Green. Day been busy this term. Moore flicks it up to Morrison, who handballs to advantage here. McGuinness. And there's just more Hawks running forward as Morrison links back up, sends it inside 50. Well done, Taylor. Too big and strong there for the Wizard. And he takes a defensive mark in the back pocket.
The crowd aren't happy, but when you get Sam Taylor lined up on the Wizard, he's just going to take him out every day of the week.
Yeah, good body.
Tough ask for the Wizard, although the kick's going to come back in. And it's marked by Chol. So these repeat entries have been what teams have been able to maximise and capitalise on so far. And Chol, the most casual man for goal in the competition, will go and try and kick the Hawks second.
Yeah, I reckon both coaches at half-time, well, they'll be talking about the wind, and both teams haven't been able to nail the uncontested mark play when you're going into the wind. It feels like GWS sort of look for it, and then they miss a kick, then they have to generate handball just before. So it's going to be interesting to see how they played in the second half.
Let's see how much Chol allows for the wind, because he is quite a slow kicker. It does a lot with the breeze. Too much. Hit the post. He started outside the right post and it hit the left goal post because he's a slow kicker. Does a lot in the air.
Well, that's the thing, Joey, isn't it, though?
He's not a puncher.
You got to punch it and put some power behind it, because as soon as it dies off, it's going to move a lot. So That was a beautiful kick. You just need to kick through it.
1-5-11 Hawthorn. Giants 5-7-37. Still lead by 26 points.
Let's get downstairs and catch up with Tubes. What's happening with that breeze, Tubes?
Yeah, it's really unpredictably gusty. It is strong at all times, but it's very gusty, so there's moments where the breeze picks up, and I think that's why the Hawks are having trouble this quarter.
Has that been all day, Tubes, or just now?
Just in this quarter, fellas.
As Callahan bursting forward, sends a long raking ball inside 50. Daniels had to beat a couple. Jones lurking. Barris hammered, mown down in a tackle. Well done, Bedford. Umpire says no prior.
Well, he's let you know about it as well there, Bedford.
So, ball up, 25 metres out from the Giants' goal. This is a great opportunity for them to try and score into the breeze. Tom Green hooks it around the body, too far, won't make the distance. Hawks have got numbers in the goal square. Amon twists and turns and then takes it through. No, now he does. That is interesting. I thought we were conditioned if you had prior opportunity and you took it through. It may have been deliberate, but no. So Giants 38, Hawthorn 11.
Yeah, that's a tough one for players when you haven't had pressure on you and then you invite the pressure. Are you allowed to take it over or not? I'm not 100% locked in on that.
Neither am I.
Real tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a room. Now outside 50 here, the Giants, and Chol gives away a free and then drops the ball. Lucky not to give away the 50 there.
Well, Buckley just put his hands up and didn't catch it.
So Buckley wants to come inside laterally to Himmelberg. And now in the dead heart of Utah's, he's got Ash. No, it's Stone. Interesting bit of facial hair rolling there. Looks Wolverine style. As he goes to right foot ball inside 50. Big fly Weddle. Front centre Jones knocked out to Morrison, who just exits Steve 50. The big spoil came. It spills back into the Giants attacking 50, but Amon, careful, nurses the ball. McGuinness, little drive-by from the Irishman Nash, and he squirts the ball and finds Gunston.
Wasn't 15, so he had to play on, and then his handball was deflected, so came straight back to Gunston. His quick kick chopped off by Connor Iden at half-back out of side. Utah's 27-point lead to the Giants. Ticking down at 9.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter, so with this big breeze, the Hawks have only been able to put one on the board. High ball towards half forward. Toby Green stood under it. Fist from Chol. McKenzie couldn't take it clean. Callahan, he was wrapped up by Nash. McKenzie got it out to Ward. Along the wing, Ward has to go on the right boot. Tried to squeeze it in board to McGuinness. He's under pressure. Just mucking around with here at the moment, Hawthorn. CJ, back to McKenzie. Doesn't know where to go. Back to GF. Now he's got a bit of time and space. Stole some candy. Broke Callahan's ankles. Then goes towards the top of the square. Weddle lurking. Good tackle again from Himmelberg. Ball up 20 out from the Hawks goal.
Adam Kingsley will be happy with this, Ruby, you'd suggest?
Absolutely. I mean, Giants getting territory that the Hawks just weren't able to find when they were going against the wind. They're able to, as you were talking about, is you control the ball and get those uncontested possessions when you're going against the wind and really putting the Hawks defenders under pressure and making, as we saw before, Hawks tried to move the ball forward. They had no forwards there to kick it to, so just turned it over to Iden's hands.
Giants by 27, deep in attack for the Hawks. Ginnivan went low as always. Cornelio did a good job, held him up.
And as you mentioned earlier, Roots, Hawthorn have had their opportunities this quarter. They just haven't made the most of them. Effectively missed 2 goals from the goal square. So they'd want to get moving. You're having a look at it now, and GWS feel like they're the team on top.
Chol in the right, tap to advantage. Here's McGuinness on the right, snaps, and hasn't got enough curl. Misses out to the right-hand side. 1 goal, 6-12 now, the Hawks. Giants 5-8-38. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Whitfield takes the kick in, then gets the 1-2 back. Ward up against a couple of Hawks on the wing. Day, is he told us lifting in this second quarter? Giat's got a bit of ball. He's kicked not 15. Ward tries to go short. That probably wasn't 15 either, but the umpire paid that one. And it's McGuinness. Point of the square half forward. 2 kicks from home. He's just going to send a high ball into the pocket. Big pack of flyers. Weddle went high. Not sure if he held the mark, but the umpire's paid it anyway. He launched at it. He's launched at a few.
A for effort.
And he'll go back and have a shot.
Oh, yeah.
20 out. Take us through the Harvey Norman replay. Did he mark it?
Absolutely not.
Well, they gave Gary Ablett marker the century. So
he had more of it.
You can pay that, but he'll want this. Red Z lending stats. He's had a quiet quarter. This will only be his second touch.
He's been back. He's been forward. He needs to kick the goal. He started it at the right goal post, and it snuck in. Hawks have got their second. Well, Triple M Bank straight scoreboard there, 2-6-18. The Giants 5-8-38, still a 20-point margin, 7 minutes remaining. But Ruby, Harvey Norman replay, might have got lucky there, the Hawks.
Absolutely got lucky. I mean, there was nobody. He almost looked up to plead as if that's not a free kick anyway. He's just risen up above everyone else. Maybe his hip clipped the shoulder and he's come down. The ball was completely dislodged. Definitely not a mark. So the officiating umpire clearly not with a clear look at that one, but just put it through beautifully. That was the least the ball has swung with all of those shots on goal, and he played it really right. It actually only just snuck through, but that's the beauty of Weddle, isn't it? His ability to crash contests in the back half and then get forward and create plays like that to get the Hawks on the board.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M rocks footy in Utah Stadium. They're loud down here in Tassie as Day gets a centre clearance. Impey off the back of the square. Takes a bounce. Handball wide. Had to backtrack there, McGuinness. He got it to McKenzie, who just nurses a delicate one. Couldn't stick it, Gunston. Front centre knocked out of Whitfield's hands. Here's McKenzie again. Racking him up. Got it out to Day. The midfield working hard. Got it to McKenzie, who fed it out the back to Weddle. Sweeping handball wide for Impey. Sells a bit of candy. Runs to 50. Puts it into the corridor. And the sliding mark taken by Newcomb. Gee, they're loud here, they're enjoying this one down in Tassie.
They are. You give them a night game down in Tassie and they'll rock up. So I was just thinking about Hawthorn. We talked about Battle and Barras earlier, but their recruiting over the last few years has been so targeted, and Impey and Amon on the halfback and the wings, their ability to use the ball, especially going inside 50. Impey sells some candy, laces out Newcomb. That's good football.
Newcomb, a picture of concentration. He sends the kick on its way. They love it behind the goals. Hawks building some momentum here. They've got their only 3 goals in this second term. They're 3-6-24. The Giants 5-8-38. Triple M Bunning straight scoreboard.
And a lot of that play was created by who we spoke about earlier, McKenzie. Up to 8 disposals this quarter on the Red Zeds and just kept going, didn't he? He just stayed involved in the play. He kept his feet. He drove his legs through tackles and found the clean hands to his teammates in better positions. But Newcomb kicking truly to get him on the board late. They'll still be disappointed coming in and to have let those early opportunities slip. But it makes that sting in 6 minutes' time when they go in for the half-time not as bad.
Tubes for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, Harry Morrison's been in the hands of the trainer for the last 5 minutes, getting a lower back rub, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
Thank you. Free kick centre bounce to Newcomb. Impey starting to have some impact, charging off half-back. High ball. Ash, been good. Mops up. Handball to Stone, who has to run it out of the defensive 50. Or he popped it over the top to nobody. Almost had to go get his own ball back. McKenzie's had a good game. Dylan Moore, short kick just out of reach for Jack Gunston and marked by Jack Buckley.
We see Hawthorn, their last 3 or 4 entries have been handball received, so it's taken them 10 or 15 minutes to work that out, and they're getting it deep inside 50, but at the moment, GWS have repelled pretty good this quarter, only given up the 3 goals, is it?
3 goals, you're spot on, is. They lead by 14 here, the Giants. 5.5 left as the kick down the line's marked by Barras. And as the Hawks are rising, so are the faithful here at UTAS. They're getting right involved in this one as Ward, high left football inside 50, the Wizard!
Well, it was the most unlikely aerial contest win you will see. The Wizard and Himmelberg, and the Wizard has pushed him out of the contest to mark it on the chest.
He opens up the goal mouth, snaps, and he loves it. He pulls his Guernsey, points to the Tasmanian logo, and then the celebrations ensue between the Hawthorn players. They've kicked their fourth in this second term. Margin back to 8 points at UTAS. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
And we said earlier that GWS are on top, and it felt like they were going to go into half-time leading. Hawthorn are making their charge now. The game's opened up a little bit. We've seen Impey get a couple of handball receives. Can they capitalise on the scoreboard? Wizard gets another one. That's 4 goals. GWS are able to kick 5 goals. So, due to what Tubes is telling us on the boundary, GWS might have been 2 goals short in that first quarter with the 7-goal bruise.
Harvey Norman replay, good aggressive body work from Watson. It was all legal. Worked Timmelberg under the footy early. Gave himself some separation, and they've kicked the last 4 Hawthorn. They've found their mojo. Can they get a few more before the half-time break with the breeze? That's another free kick out of the centre bounce. Advantage paid. Nash goes looking for Hardwick, who dived extravagantly like he was in gully. Got the handball to Watson. Fane over the top. McGuinness. Well done from Callahan. McKenzie. Handball to Moore. Off one step. Pirouette spinning. Snap for goal. He's got another one. Hawks are on the march now. They've kicked 5 in the last 10 minutes. And they're back within 2 points. They're 5-6-36. The Giants 5-8-38. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
So I've been looking at the Reds' heads here, and I'm trying to find time in forward half for Hawthorn this quarter, and I can't find it for you, but it feels like Hawthorn have had 90% of the ball in there. We're still looking for it.
He's got Pigsy up off the back row. The producer's down trying to dig it up for him.
I might need to get Two-Man in for
Here we go.
Joey's come to save the day. He's ripped the headset off. He's going, my God, who put you lot in charge? But the Hawks, just to keep the ball moving, they know there's not long in the quarter. They've got to make it rain while they can. Came in board. The Wizard involved in that one as well. He's putting together a good patch, but Dylan Moore's the finish was beautiful.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. They got their tails up here, the Hawks. McKenzie handballs to D'Ambrosio, immediately tackled by Cornelio. So clock stops at 4:02 left in this second term. Hawthorn 5-6-36, the Giants 5-8-38, Sharon up and down. Lurking Toby Green, haven't called his name much this term, but it's hardly been in their front half.
Is he getting a real appreciation for Ash Stewart
yes.
and what he does for Triple M footy?
Yeah, talk us through it, Izzy. What's it like?
Well,
it is harder than you think, isn't it?
I've just had the producer come down, then I've had Joey come across and try and help me. Joey couldn't find it.
That's why we need Two-Man. He's the most valuable person at Triple M. Don't worry about that. Giants have a chance to go forward. Cornelio's kick will go to the top of the 50. Impey couldn't take the mark. Stringer, can he create some magic? Snap on the left boot. Goes, bounces over the top of the Hawks player, the defender, but Hogan couldn't keep it in, and it trickles through from behind. So an opportunity there for GWS. They're 5-9-39. Hawthorn 5-6-36. Good game of footy. 3 minutes 20 left in the half. Ruby, sorry, is he around the grounds? Choice Hotels.
5:45 in the second quarter to go. Brizzy 2-4-16. Not much happening from their end, but the Cats 5-6-36. They've got a couple more on the board.
So Cats by 20 early in that one as Battle handballs forward for Moore. He breaks the 50. Oh, that's exceptional vision as he puts it on a platter for Jack Gunston. 35 from home on a 45.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the commentator's curse here. He'll knock this over. He's had a couple of shots on goal. He knows how to kick down this end of the ground. But GWS, they missed a trick back there. You want to be kicking a goal when you get an opportunity down the southern end of the ground where the wind's not going, because that's what's going to decide this game of football.
To put the Hawks in front, kick on its way. And unbelievably, with that breeze going right to left, he's hung it out to the right this time.
He kicked it too hard. You need to do a Marvio trial and just let it sit up in the wind.
5-7-37, the Hawks, Giants 5-9-39, Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Whitfield continuing to rack up big numbers. That's not his best kick. That's set up. Gave Hawthorn a chance. Hardwick from the pocket, a snap, but he hooked it too much. They keep peppering away here. Now it's the Giants looking for the halftime siren.
Well, for the Reds Head Lending, Whitfield's on track for 40-odd possessions. He's already at 20. We've still got 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Giants lead by 1. This time it'll be Ash doing the kick in. I reckon he's filled his boots a bit with the kick ins though. Lucky Whitfield.
You'd know about that, Joel.
Tim.
Can you do that?
Kick short from Ash. Again's a poor one. And it's marked by Will Day on the 50. And he has just got up slowly, turned his back and let everyone know in the stadium that he's got the journey from here.
What do you reckon, Rubes? Wind at the back, are you giving it off or are you having a shot?
Oh, look, he's a skilled player, but with that wind, he's going to have to hit it high and long, and I think the wind's got too much say in this. We see the wind blowing through his hair now, but I reckon he's scanning the eyes, maybe look for a short.
I reckon this is an easy kick for him. Started at the right goalpost, let the wind bring it back, and listen to the celebration. Oh, he started it too far right. Didn't come back enough. 39 apiece, minute 35. But we've got to bring in Tubes here. Bit of drama at Utah Stadium, Tubes.
Yeah, Joey, I think a light tower has gone out here. It is exceptionally dark. I can't see. I think it's the one behind me. Guys, on the one behind you that I can't see. I know, but I can't see it because the grandstand's in my way.
Day arches the back, sends the kick high and long. It's bouncing towards goal. A long-range missile from Will Day. Must have been about 65 metres. He puts it through and the Hawks have hit the front by 6 points with a minute 13 left on the clock in this second term.
Well, he had a shot from 50 metres just before and I reckon he thought this is too easy. I'm going to try and hit this from 70 on the wing. Has given it I think he tried to centre it, fairness, and it's rolled through. But what a finish by Will Day. I just want to get back to Tubes. Are you triple invoicing? Are you going to go and fix that light tower, or are you just going to MC and triple M on the boundary tonight?
I'm actually cooking the chips in the canteen at half time. I can confirm that the light tower at the centre of the ground on the western side is out. All of the lights are out in that tower, so we're only operating off 5 of 6 light towers here at Utah Stadium.
You got the compass out.
All right, keep us across that one, Tubes. Hawks now lead by 6 points. So they've got the advantage, and there's still time for one more minute left. They win the centre clearance. Chol just tried to control the footy, couldn't, coughed it up, but only as far as Impey. Another intercept mark along the wing.
Well, GWS have got their numbers behind the ball here. Daniel's down there, Green.
Nash drives it to about 20 out. Loose ball, Iden. Handball. Toby Green's even got back in defence. Tom Green has to be careful. Got the handball free. Here's another position for Whitfield. Kick wide. Weddle in a one-on-one against Keefe. Keefe and Weddle. And Keefe gave away the free kick for a hold. So 29 seconds left. Weddle understands. He plays on quick. Another ball deep inside 50. Hardwick at the back. It might spill to Day. He's had a big turn. Steps around 1. Steps around 2. Goes on the left boot. Will Day putting on a clinic in this second quarter. We'll get the Red Z lenders from Izzy in a minute. Oh, but the young star has had a big term, and Hawthorn have got the advantage at half-time there, 7-9-51. Giants 5-9-39, 15 seconds remaining in the quarter.
How's that for a 90-second patch from Will Day? 3 scoring opportunities within that, and you see Weddle just launches it long, knowing there's only 29 seconds left. And it just, with that wind, drifted over the contest, and Will Day was first to the ball and ended up pretty easy step around. But, I mean, if there's one thing we know about these Hawks is their last 3 games, their first 3 games of the season, they've had to work with momentum swings. Oh, but we see there's a fingertip to Will Day's kick. Connor Iden has just gotten a finger to it.
Yeah, that'll be called back.
It's going to call back with 15 seconds left.
So that'll be called back. But Red Z Lending, he's the number 1 ranked player on the ground this quarter. He's had 8 contested possessions and he's had 3 scoring shots, 1 goal too. So, as you said, he's put on a clinic this last 3 minutes, but he's been the player of this quarter.
So it has been confirmed behind on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Go Harvey Norman, Hisense 2024. TV run out on now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman, Hisense 2024 TV run out. Best price is guaranteed. As the Giants go outside 50, Tom Green, he gets it up to Stone with those Wolverine sideburns. He sends it down the corridor. Time's going to run out here as it's held up by Battle. Wow. What a big second quarter here for the Hawks, kicking with the breeze. They kicked 6 goals to none in that second term, and they'll go in at half-time here. 7 points in the clear. You got Lee Montagna here with Isaac Smith, Ruby Schleicher, Tim Solly, and Tubes down on the boundary. It's a Saturday night call team here at UTAS Stadium. On McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M. Rocks footy.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Melbourne, weekdays from 6. It's
Mick in the morning.
It's the show with Mick Malloy, Nick Rewalt, Titus O'Reilly, and Rosie Walsh.
Max Gawn is with us.
What's your favourite slot as a player? I like playing in this one. Anything with red footies. So red footies is pre-3 p.m.
So you look at it as red footies, yellow footies. I look at it as mid-strength beer, full-strength beer.
Start your day with Mick in the morning. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Visit quit.org.au to start your journey and quit one step at a time.
A great plumber doesn't just keep up, they stay ahead of the game. And with the industry shifting toward energy-efficient solutions, heat pumps will be crucial for future jobs. PICAC helps you stay on top of industry standards with expert training. Right now, we're offering free half-day courses on the quality and compliant installation of hot water system heat pumps. Spots are filling fast, so register now at heatpumptraining.com.au. PICAC, your centre of excellence in plumbing industry training.
Listen to your body. Your wheezy smoker's cough is trying to tell you something. It's telling you it's time to quit. For help, visit quit.org.au or contact Quitline on 137848.
Revenue forecast for the
It might sound like I'm in a boring meeting about sales targets, but in my mind, I'm living it up down in Tassie.
Rather a cooler adventure? You can with Jetstar's Tasmania sale. There's fares like Melbourne Tullamarine to Launceston from just $46 or Hobart from $59 at jetstar.com. Ends midnight Eastern Daylight Time, 31st March unless sold out. One way excludes check bags, travel dates and conditions apply. Jetstar. All day, every day, low fares.
It's the final week of surprise fries at Macca's with millions of prizes still to be won.
I won a $200 City Beach gift card.
A Moonpig voucher. Play for a 1 in 3 chance to win. Ends April 1, 2025. For full terms and permit numbers, visit our website.
Spending too much time in the shed used to be an issue. But with IMAR's new loyalty program, aptly named The Shed, I can now spend as much time in the shed as I like. You see, The Shed gives tradies insured with IMAR cashback rewards from heaps of brands, like Toolmart, Pet Barn and JBL. So now that my business is insured with IMAR, I can enjoy great cashback rewards. Visit imartheshed.com.au.
The tradies, mate. That's IMAR.
Hit the road prepped and packed with Repco. Save 20% on selected ranges, including UHF, Repco seat covers, coolants, dash cams and more. Exclusive to Auto Club members. Ends Sunday, T's and C's apply. Repco. Gets you covered.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
Sick of time wasters? Turn your car into cash with sellmycar.com.au. Get an estimate online, make an appointment, and they'll buy your car on the spot. T's and C's apply. LMCT 11373.
Best buys.
Take the hassle out of home cooking with Every Plate's deliciously simple meal kits. From snags and salad to an easy chicken palmy. Find the menu for you and get stuck in at everyplate.com.au.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
Tradies, while you're getting behind the footy, Beacon Trade's getting behind you, helping you light the homes of Australia. Partner up with Beacon Trade at beacontrade.com.au and let's make light work.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M Rocks Footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
Halftime UTAS Stadium. Got a 6-7 goal breeze to the northern end. That's left of the dial. And the Giants had it in the first quarter. And they led by 35 points at quarter time. And then the Hawks, with their breeze advantage, well, they just piled them on. And they lead here at halftime by 7 points. They're 6-10-46. The Giants 5-9-39. Tim Solly here calling the action tonight with Lee Montagna. And on the Seabus Super Special Comments, we've got Isaac Smith and Ruby Schleicher. How do we see that first half?
Well, the Hawks just switched on, didn't they? I mean, they just lacked that pressure and support at the contest in the first quarter to allow Giants to really get some easier scores. But the Hawks there, they came out firing. They used the wind to their advantage, and they just got better as the quarter went on. We know they're good in momentum swings, and when they're on, they're really on. Started with a few key moments about halfway through that quarter and finished with Will Day having 3 scoring shots within 90 seconds. And when he's up and about like that, they're pretty hard to stop, particularly when you've got a 7-goal win behind you.
Halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today. Izzy doing a fantastic job tonight on the Triple M Red Z lending stats in Chewer's absence.
Well, I don't know if I'm doing a fantastic job. I think Ash Chewer's at Point Cook with feet up in the spa because he realises his job's very safe.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, the Red Z lending, it's funny. It's pretty even all across the board. And at quarter time, it was very much skewed in GWS's favour. We read those stats out with clearance, possession, time in forward half, all those stats. They were very much in favour of GWS. But because of the wind, it's flipped on its head, and Hawthorn have pretty much equalised in every stat around the ground. The only telling one is the time in forward half, and we were able to find it. We put all our heads together in the break and we got it. But Hawthorn had the ball 80% of the time in their forward half in that second quarter, and it was similar for GWS in the first quarter. So that's really the only... it's not even... I was going to say a disparity or anything. It's just because of the wind, we're just seeing these huge swings in stats. So Red Z, as we said, two-man safe. They've evened themselves up. The game's pretty even. I think with about 10 minutes to go, we thought GWS were the team on top, but Hawthorn were able to score a couple of goals late as well. So the wind's going to play a major factor. Whether it dies down at all, that'll be telling. If GWS get it for this quarter and it dies down, because it does tend to die down a bit later at night down in Tassie as well, that could hurt Hawthorn. So it's going to be a close watch. Tubes is on the boundary. He's going to keep us updated. We want to know if the light tower's on as well. Lights have gone out down there as well.
He doesn't want to turn his neck, though. He's going to be facing east, our man Tubes.
Tell you what, he'll have that many invoices to put in on Monday.
Well, it's going to be interesting watching the Hawks this quarter and the third, because second quarter they went plus 24 in uncontested possessions. It's something they just weren't able to do in the first, and they were plus 16 in handball received. So going against the wind, we know going with the wind, you're up on confidence. You can trust that you're getting it in long and uncontrolled. You're going to be able to keep it in there for the majority, and we see that with the 80% in forward half. But going against the wind, are they able to continue that uncontested possession and just control the footy a little more, because that's something we lacked seeing in the first quarter.
6 goals, 8 in that second term, Joey. Could have been a lot worse for the Giants.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, it is tricky to be able to convert with the breeze. So, we've got to give these players some credit that it is difficult. But we just are seeing some of the replays of the shots at goal. Certainly, it's almost like if anyone plays golf, the slower you putt the ball, the more it's going to break. And then the harder you hit it, the less. And that's what's happening with some of these shots for goal. So, maybe in the second half, the players have had a bit more time to adjust, and when they do get an opportunity, they are a bit more prepared with what to do, because I think this game will be decided by which team takes their opportunities with the breeze. And obviously, you only got a smaller window to do that. The Giants will have 30 minutes after they come out in this third quarter, so they'll have to really maximise their opportunities and be pretty confident they've got a big lead going into the final change.
So is it 7, 8 goals? What kind of lead do they need?
I think if you've got 5 goals up going into the last quarter, with the breeze, going against the breeze, you can find mechanisms to try and really clog up the game. It's not going to be easy, but I'll be taking the advantage of having a 5-goal lead at 3/4 time.
Well, where you can find that mechanism is if you win centre bounce. The weird thing is that each team that's had the breeze tends to win the centre bounce.
Which has got nothing to do with the breeze.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the breeze. So if you can win centre bounce, lock it in your forward half, then you'll have a chance. But at the moment, we haven't seen a goal at that southern end.
It's time for the Amy clanger. I've made a few clangers tonight, so might feature in this one. You've been superb, Joe. I don't expect you in this one. When clangers happen, lucky you're with Amy. This is the clanger in the first half. Gets the applause from the Hawks faithful.
Might need you to pop over.
So you got to use the button for that one. We can hear you, Izzy.
It's becoming a trend.
A bit of radio craft there.
It's becoming a trend. He keeps blaming the button. I think it might be the person that's pushing the button.
That was highlighted green.
Ball up centre wing.
What's the saying, Joe?
This isn't my panel.
Bad.
I've been stitched up here.
Nothing of serial offending.
And just all listeners out there, we did find out that I'd been stitched up. The panel in front of me that has the producer button had been switched over. So, funny whoever did that.
Not Izzy's fault.
No, not Izzy's fault. I've done that a few times.
Never.
It's all good fun and games.
Always blame your tools.
Time for Choice Hotels around the grounds. Choice Hotels, get more for your money so you can check into more. Get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Earlier today, you covered this game, Joey. Melbourne just didn't show up against the Suns. Gold Coast got it done by 58 points.
They were comprehensively beaten. Gold Coast had winners everywhere, and it was dominated by Rowell and Anderson in the midfield.
And our lady of the day, Abby Holmes, caught up with Sam Collins after that game.
Sammy, 2 from 2 to start the year. You must be wrapped with how the boys have jumped out of the blocks.
Yeah, it's a great start and unusual start to the season, but the way the boys have played the game and, showed up every week. We've had a break in between every game we've played, but, really proud of the boys.
Had not beaten the D's since round 5, 2014. Over a decade. Is it nice to put that one to bed?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually didn't know that until Jimmer said this week, but Toot coming down the race said we finally got him, and he hasn't beaten him. He's been here a lot longer than me, so, it's a great one.
Your first 2 wins as well have also come on the road, and big wins as well. 87 points in round 1, but how pleasing is that given your away record last year?
Yeah, we were getting hounded last year, so it's nice to put that one to bed nice and early, but I think just the focus from Jimmer and the coaching staff to play our way, no matter where we're playing, it's evident.
You are the general down back, there's no doubt about it, but how much are you enjoying being a part of that group? You're playing with a lot of synergy down there?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a couple of no worries, Mark. We've got a couple of new boys down there, and I think the flair and the speed that Dan and Nobes provide us probably something we've been lacking. But Bodie Ewell and Will Power, Mackenzie, they're all superstars in their own right. So.
Yeah, happy with how the new boys have settled in.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah. What about some of your midfielders? Matty Rowell, he went full beast mode today. What was he? 36 disposals, 19 contested possessions, 13 clearances, and your skipper.
Yeah, he's coming out of the midfield with pace, and I think full credit to Witty to nullify Gorney, I reckon, today and get on top of him. I think that was really impressive by the big fella, and we definitely felt his presence out there, and the mids were the beneficiaries of that.
Dimmer pulled you straight into a team meeting off the back of the song. What was his message?
Just to really enjoy this win. As you said, we've had 2 good wins away from home, and we're really excited to get back to People First Stadium this coming week against the Crows. But we're focusing on building identity, and that's a week after week thing. So enjoy this, lap it up, take you out of what we need to, but let's double down on against the Crows.
Well, I appreciate your time. I stole you away from your friends and your family, so congratulations, go and soak this up.
Thanks, Abby, appreciate it.
Abby Holmes there with Sam Collins after getting up by 58 points over the Demons earlier today. Saints got up by 82 over the Tigers, and here at UTAS Stadium it's half time and the Hawks leading by 7 points over the Giants. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Hot water not great. For the very best in hot water, install a Ream.
With over 80 years of manufacturing in Australia, Ream has been building Aussie tough water heaters for Aussie conditions.
Yeah, Ream has a comprehensive selection of storage, continuous flow, solar and heat pump, high efficiency options, plus warranties of up to 12 years on the most advanced Ream water heaters.
Ask for Australia's favourite brand that comes on steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Install a Ream, install a Ream, install a Ream.
While Triple M rocks footy this weekend,
A double cobra comes out.
Triple M's Rush Hour follows up with the biggest stars in the game.
Ollie Wines, Brownlow medalist.
Ollie.
JB Brownie, thanks for having me on.
You went to Turkey off-season. You only go to Turkey for one reason, to get a hair transplant.
Boy, you haven't been yet.
Yes!
Triple M's Rush Hour, Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. Good times and greatest hits.
Hey Brownie, did you see that great running goal I kicked from 50?
Sure did, Zach Merritt. Fox Footy has exclusive live Saturdays every round in Victoria. Available on KO Sports.
Super Saturday live on KO Sports. Get on board.
Well, do you want to make sure your business gets all the chocolates this Easter? Well, you can do it with Triple M. While everyone's getting ready to stock up for their Easter break or choose where to go for their getaway, or maybe figure out what fun to have, make sure your business is at the top of their mind by advertising locally right here on Triple M. Our huge local audience is ready, waiting and listening, so go on, get cracking this Easter. Visit triplem.com.au now and click on Advertise Local.
The new Hot Honey Chicken range has dropped at Macca's, featuring the Hot Honey McCrispy, Hot Honey McSpicy, and Hot Honey Dipping Sauce with Chicken McNuggets. Embrace the drip at Macca's. Available after 10:30am for a limited time.
A great plumber doesn't just keep up, they stay ahead of the game. And with the industry shifting toward energy-efficient solutions, heat pumps will be crucial for future jobs. PICAC helps you stay on top of industry standards with expert training. Right now, we're offering free half-day courses on the quality and compliant installation of hot water system heat pumps. Spots are filling fast, so register now at heatpumptraining.com.au. PICAC, your centre of excellence in plumbing industry training.
I'm just saying, be frank. I'm always frank. No, Be Frank dog food, exclusive to Petstock, the blue one. And right now, the 15 to 20 kilo range is only $135. I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying the legal bit. T's and C's apply. Ends Monday.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Want to grow your business and get paid faster? Let me sum it up for you. SumUp is a world-leading payment solutions provider with over 4 million customers worldwide. Cutting-edge payment software that supports over 1 billion transactions a year. From portable FPOS to countertop POS solutions, SumUp's hardware supports every stage of your business journey. Take payments anywhere, secure, seamless, and with no contracts or monthly fees. Think outside the square. Choose SumUp. Purchase now at JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman and Bingley.
When you drive on less than 5 hours sleep, your brain can easily switch off. Your mind can begin to wander and your reactions become slower. It can also be difficult to keep your eyes open, making you 4 times more likely to crash. Driving tired? Wake up to yourself. A message from the TAC.
I am the compensation for your injuries.
After your lawyer takes up to 25% in uplift fees.
This is the
that you will actually receive.
Oh dear.
Redlicks are one of the only Victorian law firms who never charge uplift fees, so you get more of the awarded compensation, which is a great outcome for you and your family. Redlicks Work Injury Lawyers. Get back to better.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
McDonald's hot honey has dropped at Macca's for a limited time only. Embrace the drip. Second half not far away. It's the Hawks leading the Giants by 7 points. 6-10-46. The Giants 5-9-39. They kicked 6 goals, 8 in that second quarter. Hawthorn with the breeze. The Giants just 2 behinds. So GWS will kick with a strong wind in this third quarter, and they need to set the Hawks a target in the fourth term. Of course, the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. If you're looking for a luxurious, tough off-road caravan, explore Australia like never before in a Titanium Caravan, where rugged durability meets premium comfort. Australian made and 100% Australian owned. Built for the toughest terrain with superior quality and ultimate luxury. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Ruby Slisher, Isaac Smith. How do we see this second half panning out?
Well, I think we can predict that it's going to be played in the Giants' forward half for the majority, them going with that wind, and we'll get an update from Tubes whether that's picked up or dropped off very shortly. But it's going to come down to how well the Hawks can defend and limit the impact put on the scoreboard by the Giants. We don't expect it to go up the Hawks' attacking end too often, whether they can make opportunities when they do. The Giants sort of picked away in the second quarter and spend a little bit of time up there, but they've got to, we spoke about it the second quarter, the Hawks were able to go plus 24 uncontested possessions. Can they do it going against the wind? That's when it's going to matter. Can they control the ball rather than just blazing away and kicking it straight back to the Giants defenders? They're going to be really well set up.
Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kuma and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T's and C's apply. Let's get the Tubes for a bit of a weather update.
Yeah, the breeze is still here, Joey, but good news is the light tower that was out is back on. I just went and checked it. They just unplugged it, fellas. It's back going now, though.
What, did you fix it, Tube?
Someone tripped on the cord, did they?
Tubesy fixed it. Tubesy got it going, and we're about to get underway.
Tubesy loves third person.
Very good, Tubesy. Loving your work down there. Third quarter. About to get underway. Hawks undefeated. Giants undefeated. 7-point lead. Third term. Here is the voice, the golden voice of radio, Timmy Solly, to get us underway.
Oh, thanks, Joey. Great to be here. Big night. Big contest. Hawks by 7 points here. Ruby Slicer here with Isaac Smith, Lee Montagna, and Tubes, who's plugging cords, frying chips. He's doing it all down their boundary side for Bob Jane Teamars tonight. Big second half. Let's get underway for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Meek slaps sideways. Nash tracking the ball, got ripped off it. And now Callahan bombs a long left footer inside 50. Through the hands of Hogan. Weddle pokes it off the deck, out of the hands of Hogan. And then Weddle searching for the boundary line. He's corralled by the package. Out of bounds, 40 around from the Giants' goal.
We're on the Red Z Lenders. We talked about it at half time that the team that has the win tends to win the centre bounce, and it's gone GWS's way straight away. So automatically, Hawthorn are on the back foot here in the third quarter.
Throw in inside 50. Briggs and Meek. Couple of real big roosters going at it. Throw in. Neither ruckman could touch it again. Breeze took it away. Impey. Or just straight away, just folded like a deck of cards and took the tackle. Stoppage. They're happy, I think, to play a lot of stoppages this quarter, Hawthorn. See if they can manage the clock. Briggs tried to tap it into space. Toby Green was onto it. Oh, he tried to play the little free kick. Umpire didn't fall for it. Turnover now for the Hawks. Handball from Newcomb to Ginnivan. Back to Newcomb. Now McGuinness running through centre half back. Kick to a one-on-one. Big ball. And that's a big win from Hardwick, who doesn't have to go quick. He's happy to go short and sideways to D'Ambrosio. Got a rocket of a left leg. Goes into the pocket for Ginnivan, but there's Taylor. Got the fist in. And the ball goes out of bounds. And they have paid insufficient intent. The umpire took a long time. We'll need to get a look at that on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
Did you see how quick Dylan Moore was to get to the boundary as soon as he saw the ball going out of bounds? Very smart forward craft there by Dylan Moore. But what about Sam Taylor coming across off his man, able to execute the spoil? He's 1.5, 2 defenders back there.
So Moore has gone with the drop punt. It was always going to go across the face. And it goes out of bounds. That was ambitious into the breeze.
Talking about roosters, I saw Jakey Melcham today. Did he have a bit of a rooster cut up top?
Yeah, he's a bit going on.
Good looking rooster too.
He is. Chiseled.
Ball in, deep in attack for the Hawks. Can they get an early win in this third term? It's Briggs, got out to Ash. Handballs to Tom Green from a standing start. He's coughed it up. Onto the chest of Sicily, who's 65 from home. He's kicking into the breeze, so a nice little three-quarter kick here. He does just that into the pocket. Numbers with the Giants. Buckley with a spoil. Morrison had it knocked out of the mitts. Here's Bedford in transition. Sends it down the line, but only into the Jukes or Weddle. Takes it on the broadcast wing.
That was a really smart kick by Sicily entering their 50 because he kicked it boundary side, kicking into the breeze, which meant that if GWS win the ball, it's really difficult for him to exit their D50.
Morrison took the mark. Weddle ran past the handball and swept it wider to Impey. It was dumped as he kicked it. Tumbles along the ground inside 50. Hardwick, McGuinness, dangerous kick. 15 out. Moore got hands to it. Couldn't bring it down. And now Whitfield under pressure. Under real pressure. And in the end, the handball was deflected through for a behind. 6:11:47. The Hawks. Giants. They're stuck on 5:9:39 early stages, third quarter. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
I feel like Sam Mitchell must have talked about that with his players at half-time, locking it in boundary side, going inside 50, just to try and control some of that play, locking GWS in their D50.
Good early signs here for the Hawks. Kicking into that breeze, and here's Ash with the breeze. A long 65-metre drop punt. Sits up on the point for Cadman. A left foot ball inside 50. And Toby Green pulls down the mark right next to the behind post.
That's the concern. You can transition so quickly with this breeze. I reckon that took about 8 seconds to get from goal square to goal square.
So he's sucking in the big ones. He had to work hard to get to that one, Toby. He squares himself up. He arcs around, snaps, and Toby's got his second. Just what the Giants wanted in this third term. They started with a major, and the margin back to 1 point to the favour of the Hawks. That's all on the Triple M Titanium Caribbean scoreboard.
Well, it's Toby Green's second goal. Both goals coming from a Giants kick-in at the opposite end of the ground. So getting on the end of a really good team passage of play, but it was the ability to hit the top of their defensive 50 and the entire ground just open up, forces the Hawks to really balance the ground defensively, spreads their players, and in that the Giants are able to work really hard to the boundary, get a step on their defenders. It was an easy 3-4 possession build-up in the end that resulted in the Toby Green snap.
Looms large in this one, you feel, Toby Green. He's got 2. And then Kingsley coaching from the bench.
Awesome.
Back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks 40. McKenzie got one possession. Handball to himself a second time, then ran into Big Briggsy. Like running into a brick wall. Holding the ball. Whitfield. Oh, he didn't see the wizard in his rear vision mirror. Knocked him off the footy. Took possession. Has a bounce. Then has Finn McGuinness in support, who tries to pull the kick for Hardwick. Himmelberg's right on his tail. Now a hard ball to be won. McGuinness back to the Watson. That was a throw, but it worked. And Newcomb, who sweeps a beautiful handball to McKenzie. Kick to the top of the square. 1-on-1. Taylor got the fist in, but only as far as Hardwick, who'll screw it around to the top of the square again. They're pressing here, the Hawks, but Giants do well to defuse the situation. Rush it through from behind. 6-13-49, 6-9-45.
You can see the Hawks just trying to avoid that long dumping kick onto Chol's head. The ball's just so hard to read for those blatant one-on-ones forward of ball. So trying to lower the eyes and use the handball receives.
The great Ruby slicer. Triple M Seabus Super special comment. Seabus Super making hard work pay off as Newcomb inside 50. The big fly Himmelberg through his hands. Toe poked off the deck by Ginnivan. Gunston tracks it. Well done, Tom Green. Got it up to Ash, and now they'll build from half-back. Kelly opts for the wobbly Wernburner down the line. Chaos ball cut off by Sicily, who handballs wide for Giath. Backtrack to Battle, who cuts it in on the 45 and turns it over. Callahan on the counter-attack. Loopy handball over the top. The package thought about a goal. Instead, handballs to Daniels. Loops one over the top, and Hogan's kicked his third. Coast to coast for the Giants. They run hard from half-back, and Hogan gets his just desserts. And the Giants back in front by 4 points. Triple M Titanium Caribbean scoreboard. Staff Road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
And that's the concern. When you try and use the footy like that, you miss your kick. You give the ball to GWS in their back half. They have the breeze this quarter. They're able to go coast to coast so quickly. They had numbers out the back. Their forwards worked back hard. They could have raffled it in the end. And they're able just to knock a simple goal over. And as you said, Hogan kicks his third on the night.
Didn't just give it to him in the back half, either as the back half and directly in the corridor. So they had all this space to work in. Finn Callahan just took it and ran with a couple bounces, as he loves to do. Just the whole ground was their playground.
So they got their noses in front again, the Giants. It's going to be a matter of how big's the lead at three-quarter time. What can they defend? Hawks win this centre clearance. That's important. Ward took a long time to get rid of it. Kicked the centre forward. Gavin got a hand onto it. If he picks it up cleanly, they're a chance here. Impey has players out wide. One of them's D'Ambrosio. Hardwick's been lively. Turns Himmelberg inside out. Takes a bounce. Straightens up. This could be a terrific goal. And somehow Jack Gunston was in the goal square all alone. And this will be the first goal at the southern end for the Knights. Gunston cannot miss this. 5 metres out straight in front.
Well done, Hardwick. How was that turn? Absolutely turned him inside out.
He's got it. The Hawks are back in front. 54-51. Early stages, third quarter. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Talk us through it, Ruby.
Well, it started with Jack Ginnivan on the top of the 50 and gave it off to Impey, who just chipped it in front of Hardwick into the space, which was smart, as we said, not kicking on the heads of the forwards to create those one-on-ones. Hardwick, just the beautiful shimmy turn to the boundary. could have tried to go the snap for himself, but had Gunston by himself in the goal square 3 metres out, and just an easy goal for Gunston in the end.
So Hawks back in front by 3.
It was a deserved goal as well, Sol. They're on the Reds' heads. Hawthorn are leading all the stats this quarter. GWS have been able to slingshot off 2 goals, but Hawthorn have been on top, especially contested possessions, disposals, tackles. Funnily enough, though, our time in forward half, they've both had 100% in forward half, so it's frozen on us.
The McDonald's and Remont Water Triple M Rocks footy. As Joey said, those goals against the Breeze worth 3 or 4. So, handy one for Gunston as Tom Green gets this one out. Daniels fed it out wide. Will the ball sit here for Ward? He picks it up, cuts back through, ran into trouble. He's not getting out of the Watson tackle. He's lifted here, the Wizard. He's applying the pressure and he's setting the tone.
Yeah, he's a tough little bugger too, Watson. I can't wait till we start seeing him in the midfield in a little bit of time. Long kick, Meek moves it on. Hawks are queuing up inboard.
Good kick.
Newcomb. Watson wanted it. Newcomb happy to be patient. They don't need to do anything here to rush. Inboard to battle. 55 out. No one's on the mark, but he won't be able to get the journey. He's going to have a crack anyway. Gives it a good ride. It's going to fall short in the goal square. Taylor. The best intercept defender in the competition. Not the best kick, so he gives it to the kicker in Ash, who goes wide. Keith got hands to it, dropped the mark along the wing. But Battle's sitting back there all on his own. Well, he dropped an easy chest mark, so he has to retreat to Barris, who has to go further back. But it's in the right hand. Sicily switches across the ground from one half back to the other, and it finds Ward.
Ward squirts a little one forward. Dangerous moments. Ball came there from Kelly. Well done, Newcomb. Got it out McGuinness. Now McKenzie. Love the ball in his hands. Inside 50. And well done again, Taylor. Policing the skies.
Whatever they're paying Sam Taylor, it's not enough. He's hands down the best fullback in the competition. His ability just to come off, intercept the ball. What I'd love to see Hawthorn do is try and get a bit of body on him and check his run before he has an option of marking it.
As D'Ambrosio sacks Buckley right on the attacking 50 and drags him across the line. They wanted ball, the Hawthorn fans. They're not going to get it. So we'll have a toss in. 50 out from the Hawks goal. They're kicking to the right of the dial. They lead this by 3 points. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Briggs and Meek. Giants have got to start kicking some scores. Otherwise, they're going to be up against it in the 4th term. Hawks doing really well into the Breeze. This ball not going anywhere. Stoppage 45 out from the Hawthorn goal. Going to the right of the broadcast. Subs Luke Bruce and Jacob Ware yet to be activated. Briggs. Work Meek under it. McKenzie's been excellent. Clever little handball. Fumble from Newcomb. Opens the door here for the Giants. O'Halloran will kick the grass. It's a high ball. Weddle's sitting back there as the spare. Takes the mark. And then shot out of a cannon. He just takes off. He never's quite sure what he's going to do. But he creates a handball for Ward. Now McGuinness. He's low, dark, goes inside 50. That's Taylor again. My gosh.
Wow.
Can you work out the intercept possessions and mark from opposition, Izzy?
Yeah.
Let us know, Reds and Lenders.
We're just having a quick look here.
Take your time as the Giants move the ball out of half-back.
Bedford just nurses a little careful one laterally. He's got Ward from a standing start. He pumps it long down the line. Toby Green, 80 from home. He winds up. It's a long ball inside 50. Ball came Barris, Keefe. Handball goal side. He couldn't find O'Halloran, so he butters up and lays the tackle on Giath. Rubes, what's happening at the Gabba between the Lions and the Cats, please?
It is 3/4 time. Give me one second. You've really thrown me under the bus here. Hang on. Haven't paid the phone bill.
No, that's okay.
48-30 Geelong's way with 12 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Sorry, Rubes. That was 18 points to the Cats.
Yes.
They love hiding the scoreboard from us this year, don't they?
They do.
It's like almost a favourite thing in the AFL at the moment. Hide the scoreboard. Ball up and down. Meek slaps it to Day. McKenzie's been huge. Somehow got a kick out of the congestion, but it came off the side of the boot.
Except on Fox, they're opposite of hiding the scoreboard.
Yeah, the big scoreboard, isn't it? Yeah. So Hawks lead by 3 here. Giants have found 2 majors in this third term, but they're going to need to pile on a few more because they're kicking with the breeze this quarter. Taylor with ball in hand.
2 kicks from home. Long ball into the pocket. Sicily outworked Toby Green and took, in the end, an uncontested mark. So they've had the better of this quarter, the Hawks. This is setting them up for victory. If they can just continue to restrict the Giants' ability to kick goals. Chol over the back. Sat on Taylor's head, but dropped the mark. Bedford to Darcy Jones. Hasn't had much of it tonight. He slipped over. Probably should have been holding the ball. Hawks fans think so. He's given up on trying to find the intercept marks.
Red Z lending stats. Sam Taylor's had 5 intercept marks. We're on here.
Oh boy, look at him.
It wasn't under intercept marks. It was marks off Oppo.
Day out of the stoppage, sends the kick into the spine, right in the middle. The Wizard lurking. He dives on top. He handballs it out the back door. Creative. Got it to Amon, who floats one up to half forward. Ball sat up on the point for Canelio. His handball misses Taylor. Iden sliding in. His handball cut off Giath. Wheeling, dealing. Got out the back door for more. And now D'Ambrosio, that laser left through the fingertips of Ginnivan. And now Whitfield just wants to bang it for territory. And he's turned it over. Newcomb, misses the kick. Keefe, handball, need to get it out of the congestion here, the Giants. As Kelly sweeps the handball wide. Taylor, he set up his teammate there. And now one straight up the chimney. Canelio underneath and Ward. Weddle with a flying mullet. There's been a whistle. Free kick to the Hawks. 70 from home.
Well, the pressure factor's gone up. The Hawks 194. They were 182 in the second quarter. So they have well and truly gone up this quarter, and you can feel it. It's creating these forward half opportunities.
They're dominating inside 50s this quarter, Hawthorn, despite kicking into the breeze.
Yeah, and that's led by Red Z's Nick Watson.
How's he going?
Number 1 ranked player on the ground. He's bringing the pressure. Lockie Whitfield's had near on 30 possessions, but Watson, that's his pressure. He's had 5 tackles, 6 contested possessions, 15 touches that forward pocket. So he's just so damaging up forward. We talk about him going midfield, but they just love him in that forward 50.
And so many of his pressure acts, though, it's his work rate up the ground. We've seen him so many times, those pressure acts coming within the corridor and within those 50-metre arcs. So working really hard for his team to create those turnovers and the panic in the Giants.
Yeah, getting a lot of his possessions up the ground today, the Wizard. He's been very busy. And now a free kick to D'Ambrosio. So this is another golden opportunity here for the Hawks. They're owning this contest. And D'Ambrosio, if there's one man that can kick this low and hard and flat into the breeze, 45 metres, it is this little Italiano.
He's got the moustache to match as well, doesn't he?
How good is the moustaca?
You'd rock one of those, wouldn't you, Joel?
Nah, I couldn't grow one. Well, if I did, it would look pretty much like Massimo D'Ambrosio from just inside 50. He got too close to the man on the mark. The smother from another Italiano, Canelio, who wins the free kick holding the ball. So we go back to Canelio.
How good was that by Canelio, though? Manning the mark, able to get pressure on it. Coaches absolutely love that. I reckon Kennedy'd be happy with that one, Sol.
Sure would is.
Short. Canelio gets it back. And now Connor Stone, they'll try and switch the ball to this broadcast side. They've got to get some goals now in a hurry. Buckley, fain to go boundary, went corridor, tumbles, makes it hard for everyone to take cleanly. Battle. Will Day had his head almost ripped off from
coat hanger.
Darcy Jones, and he'll get the free kick. 7 minutes 45 left in this third quarter. Hawthorn lead by 3 points, but they will be kicking with a strong breeze going into the fourth quarter.
Choice hotels around the grounds again, Ruby.
8 minutes to go in the third. Brizzy 4-7-31. The Cats 7-6-48.
And they've
just scored one through Hipwood, it looks like.
Kicked another goal. So Lions making a late surge there at the Gabba. Back live here at Utah's. It's the Hawks by 3 points with 7.5 on the clock. They're kicking into the breeze this quarter, the Hawks. It's 2-1 this term. The favour of the Giants. So they'd be happy with this Hawthorn if they could just hold up in this last 7 minutes. They'll be kicking with the breeze to come home as Sicily, broadcast wing, Ward, took the tackler on. As the package dragged him across the line in front of the interchange gates. And our man Tubes down there for Bob Jane T-Marts. Wondering if that breeze might have dropped off a little bit, Tubes.
No, it's absolutely still here, Sol. It's definitely a 4-goal breeze to that northern end to the left of the radio dial.
Tubes no like breeze.
Green to Callaghan. They get the clearance win. Stringer has had little moments but hasn't had a lot of impact in this game. Here's Watson again up the field, getting another free kick, high tackle. Player down behind play for the Giants. Slow to get to his feet. It is Canelio. It's with D'Ambrosio. He's in no rush, half back. 6 minutes 50 left in this quarter. Giants, you feel, would have to have some sort of lead going into the fourth term. Impey got some time and space to run through the middle. Takes 2 bounces. Then will launch from 80. Goes into the pocket, but ill-directed straight down the throat of Himmelberg. To John Newcomb's disgust. But they can defend this, the Hawks. Short to Tom Green. Switch the ball to Buckley.
So Buckley, right half back. He's looking up. He hasn't got a lot of options. Eyes darting left and right. Decides to go laterally. Himmelberg still in D50. Completes the switch now to Taylor.
Well, with this breeze being in play, GWS need a couple of goals here because Hawthorn are going to come home with it. It feels like they've been mucking around a little bit this quarter. Hawthorn have got on top, especially in that contested game.
Where does the stimulus come from? What players are you looking at, Is?
Well, Whitfield was busy early. I feel like he's still possibly getting possessions, but's gone out of the game with a real impact at the moment. But they need those half-backers, those midfield running, getting that handball received that we saw Hawthorn get in that second quarter and driving it inside 50. Their only way of looking like scoring at the moment is those D50 chains where they can get someone out the back.
Tom Green, broadcast wing, cuts it inside. Here's an opportunity. Whitfield with time and space. The kick's not nice. It's cut off D'Ambrosio. Tackle Bedford. Canelio there with Day. Day tries to trap it. Well done D'Ambrosio. Got to his feet. Handball's wide for Giath. It's cut off Toby Green. Went the don't argue. Bought himself some time. And then floats a high one into the pocket. Only man there is Barris. Took on the tackle. Handball to Weddle. And now they're out D50.
More to Chol and they'll use their hands. Weddle, D'Ambrosio and McGuinness. They work it up to the wing, just inside the boundary line. Under pressure, tumbles the ball to half forward. Buckley, outpointed Chol. And now a chance for the Giants. Although D'Ambrosio again, another intercept mark, number 3. I'm going to roll with that's a career high, is he? Without having a look.
No, that is a career high. And I haven't looked.
The Hawks going against the wind, 62% time in forward half this quarter. So they've really dominated this considering the conditions.
Yeah, well, good stat, Ruby. They're dominating. Watson involved again. That's the Red Jet lending loans for the self-employed. RED, ZED. Here's another chance for Morrison. They kick another goal into the breeze. And they are going to take some stopping from here. They lead by 9 points. 8-12-60. The Giants 7-9-51. It's been a huge third quarter into the wind. 4 minutes remaining. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, the Giants at the moment just looking really fumbly and unsure with ball in hand. A lot of their turnovers are coming at the top of their forward 50. It's just that connection going forward that's lacking. And from there, the Hawks started in their back half. They were able to work it out with the hand and chain. There was a little breakdown, but in the end, they're getting it inside forward 50, and they're just being efficient. They're making the most of their opportunities as we have a look at Sammy Mitchell in the box on the Harvey Norman.
Enjoyed that one.
Pretty happy with his Hawks heading into three-quarter time, coming home with the wind and leading, depending if Giants are able to get a couple back with 4 minutes to go.
So Hawks by 9. We'll have a secondary stoppage here, right next to the centre circle. Hot Honey has dropped at Macca's for a limited time only. Embrace the drip. Sure you'll be doing that on the way home, Is. Tommy Green got it out. McKenzie
I'm not sure what you
Ward.
mean.
Well, you have to drive through and find out. It's the only way you embrace the drip at Macca's. As the Giants surge forward here, left foot ball inside 50. Keith couldn't mark it. Well done, Paddle. Just worked him under it. And now Toby Green held up by MP. Handball boundary side. Well done, Day. Just tunneled the handball. Gained about 20 metres. And the umpire says toss it in. Might have got lucky there is.
Oh, I'd say that's very lucky to me. That should be insufficient intent every day of the week. There was no intent to keep that in from Will Day, but they're getting the luck of the draw at the moment and they're playing with it. But GWS need to get going here because Hawks have been on top this quarter. They've been going against the wind. GWS have had the wind and they need to put a score on the board.
Just 2 goals with this breeze for the Giants.
The most impressive thing with Hawthorn at the moment is their system's working so well. You see their last goal, Harry Morrison, fat side winger, running down in the goal square, just able to connect with the other winger.
McKenzie, his kick goes towards the wing. They win another clearance. Ginnivan, here's Watson again, been one of the best players on the ground, pops it into the path of Hardwick. What a kick. And Hardwick will have a shot from about 30 metres out straight in front.
Is my mail correct, Joey, that if he was a bit taller and bigger, he would have been the number 1 pick in the draft?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Some recruiters would have even had him as high as 1 or 2 or 3. He's that special. I think in time he'll play more in the midfield, mid-forward type. He's got everything.
I have a feeling Hawthorn might have had him at 1 or 2 on their board.
The Hawks to extend their 9-point lead through Hardwick. Oh, this is big now. Huge third term. And they lead by 15. 66 plays 51. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. They have kicked away in this quarter. Hardwick on Taylor. It was all set up the field.
Well, he just bodied early, found Taylor, made sure he did his work. And the work upfield, Guinea just clean at ground level. Watson running beside him, shaping corridor, just shook off Whitfield, who was on his tail. He had 2 players sort of leading to the same spot in Hardwick and Moore. Just beautifully chipped it in front of Hardwick, who had the step. And Hardwick just sailed it through. But, I mean, we speak about the Wizard. He's involved in so many of Hawthorn's change. How many score involvements does he have?
7 score involvements, yeah.
So he's involved, whether it's a tackle or a handball in the chain or a finishing kick. He's such a crucial link to the Hawthorn game plan.
McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M, Rocks footy. Hawks surging again forward. McGuinness, handball out wide for Nash. He's bumped on the kick. It's a high one inside 50. Hardwick again. Couldn't reel it in. Flicks it up to his mate Gunston, who snaps. Sublime finish by Gunston. They are simply unstoppable at the moment, Hawthorn. 4 goals to 2 in this third term. And they extend their lead to 21 points on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, ResEd lending stats, they don't tell absolutely everything. Blake Hardwick, I know Nick Watson's the number 1 ranked player on the ground, but Blake Hardwick's important to Hawthorn and their forward line tonight has been, well, I would say nearly every bit as good as Watson or just short of that. He's been brilliant. He's created so many opportunities for the Hawks, but they've blown this game apart now. And I know it's not a huge scoreline, but they're going into the breeze and they've been able to put 3 extra goals on GWS this quarter. So it's going to be a fascinating 4th quarter to watch. Can GWS turn it around going into the win? But to me, Hawthorn have now blown this game apart.
We're going to Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Day, McKenzie, they win another centre clearance. Ward. Feels like the Giants' best bet is if the wind changes direction in the 4th quarter. Stone had a couple of fumbles. Day just goes off the ground. Another inside 50 this quarter for Hawthorn. Iden has to backtrack and pick it up to Ash, who has some time and space to run, have a bounce, calls his forwards to come at him, and then kicks it out of bounds on the full. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Ruby?
2 minutes 30 in the third to go. The Cats leading by 5 at the Gabba.
Well, Brisbane have been fast finishers this year. Started slowly.
Close one at the Gabba. This is a 21-point lead to the Hawks. McKenzie having a career-high night. Disposal number 23. The only one that wanted that was Connor Iden. So a minute left in the term. It's been a 4-2 quarter in favour of the Hawks into the breeze, into what's a 4 or 5 goal breeze. It's been a massive result. And they're going to be hard to stop and hard to catch going into this fourth quarter.
Long drop punt down the line. Oh, well done, Cadman. Floated across in front, pulled down the mark. They've got to get and go here, the Giants. They're just too slow in transition. He goes high and long now. Hogan the target. Couldn't clunk the mark. Now at ground level, it's picked up. Here's Stringer for the instant reply. He's killed it too much. Jake the Snake, he's had moments, he's had glimpses.
He's looked good.
But he hasn't had the finish yet tonight. Yet to kick a major, Jake Stringer. So that's a minor to the near side. 27 seconds left on the clock. Margin back to 20 points.
Just getting back to Brisbane and the Gabba, they've won one of their last 6 first halves. And that one was the grand final. So they have been a slow starting side of late.
So you back them in to get it done up on their home deck?
No, I didn't say that, but they just finished quicker than they start.
Well, they've just hit the front. They've just kicked a goal to hit the front by 1 just before the end of the third quarter.
Nice ropes, Choice Hotels around the grounds as they go inside 50 here. The Giants, well done, Sicily. He's led from the front in this third term. He spoils it out of bounds. 20 around from the Giants' goal, 14 seconds on the clock.
Well, Brisbane haven't lost one of those 6 either. Started at the start of the finals.
So can the Giants get one late here? Get the margin back to 14 points as the ball spins back in. Tap to the front, Meek. It's flicked out to Nash. Oh, that's an awkward Irish kick. McKenzie did well. Day just belts for territory and it tumbles and tumbles. An umpire says insufficient intent. Not sure they got the time here as Iden winds up. And as the ball's in flight, the 3/4 time siren sounds here at UTAS Stadium. The Hawks fans are on their feet. They've seen a massive third term. It was 4-2 to the Hawks. And they'll go in here at 3/4 time, leading by 20 points. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the titanium caravans stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Hot Honey has dropped at Macca's for a limited time only. Embrace the drip.
Melbourne, weekdays from 6. It's Mick in the Morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie.
Always throw in crazy events. Tug of war was
huge
for a long time. And if you an athlete who played tug of war was called a puller.
Yeah, I'll go to the Olympics and I'm going to pull myself silly. I could pull for Australia.
Start your day with Mick in the Morning. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Visit quit.org.au to start your journey and quit one step at a time.
Robot Building Supplies is a family-run business and understands the value of being home with the family.
Robots got it.
That's why they have supplies to help you build a man cave, a kid's game room, a tool shed.
Robots got it.
Helping build family time and man caves since 1946.
Robots got it.
Robot Building Supplies. Notting Hill, Sunshine, Preston, Dramana, Pakenham, Coldstream and Darnham. We're robot, but we're human. Robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
ROBOT, Robot Building Supplies.
Rochelle Charles was murdered and her killer has never been caught. Join me, Ashley Hansen, cold case specialist Damien Loon and Rochelle's sister Christy for Dear Rochelle, a new true crime series. Visit dearrochelle.com.au.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The famous National Tiles Spend and Save is on now. Spend $4,000 and we'll only charge you $2,750. Spend $2,000 and we'll only charge you $1,450. Or spend $1,000 and we'll only charge you $750. Yes, the more you spend, the more you save at the National Tiles famous Spend and Save. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into a National Tiles store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save.
Dive into the minds of investigative journalists and researchers who uncover well-kept secrets with listeners' lineup of investigative podcasts. Tune in to the latest series of Crime in Focus Killer Charm to uncover the pattern of manipulation, greed and control that follows a suburban grandmother accused of murdering her ex-partner. Crime in Focus Killer Charm. Download the Listener app and listen for free.
Listener.
Win $1,000 for a paid day off, all thanks to Triple M and Solo by MYOB, the new admin app for sole operators, giving you time back and a chance to win a paid day off. Enter on the win page at triplem.com.au. Competition T's and C's apply.
The tradespeople of Australia have had their say, letting us know about a time when things went pear-shaped on site, when cellies should have been used to save the day.
Yeah, tried fixing a crack with cheap fill-up. It oozed, stormed and turned into a slip and slide disaster. Should have just used cellies. Lesson learned.
Remember, when you do a job and want it to stay done, you've got to grab the cellies. Trust cellies for the toughest jobs. If it's cellies, it works.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Seabus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Seabus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
Three-quarter time here at UTAS. Built tough Aussie conditions when it comes to water heading. Ask your plumber to install a ream. It's the Hawks by 20 points here at the last break. It was the Giants by 35 at quarter time, kicking with the breeze. Hawks then kicked back, kicked 6 majors in that second term and led by 7 at half time. And then into the breeze in that third term, the Hawks kicked 4 goals to 2, which has set them up with a 20-point lead here. Tim Solly here calling the action with Saint Hall of Famer Lee Montagna, and on the Triple M Seabus Super Special comments tonight, 2 absolute superstars in Ruby Slicer and Isaac Smith. What are the numbers telling us, Izzy?
Yeah, Reds Ed Lending stats. The numbers tell us that Nick Watson is the best player on the ground. He's absolutely dominated, but third quarter, Cam McKenzie, 11 touches, John Newcomb, 10 touches. Hawthorn were able to blow that quarter apart, and I know the score is only 20 points, but as Tubes has been telling us on the boundary, it's anywhere from a 4 to 7 goal breeze. Then Hawthorn are going to have the wind in their sails in that last quarter as well. So they were ultra impressive. I thought Blake Hardwick had a really notable quarter as well. So they're up and going. But from GWS's point of view, Rubes, what do they need to do to get going?
Well, they need to do what they were doing in the first quarter. They were running in numbers and using their hands and just ripping teams apart. A lot of really what the Hawks did in that quarter. They were just able to rip through them, and we spoke about that orange tsunami, which we've gotten so used to seeing. We didn't see that at all when they had the wind in that last quarter. So they need to bring that into their game. If they look to sort of just chip and hope like they did in that last quarter, it was going nowhere. They looked doubtful with their kicks and really kicking into Hawthorn's hands. So they need to get on their toes. They need to win their centre bounces as well, because that's where the opportunity is going to come.
We're going to Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Fourth quarter underway. Hawks with a 20-point lead and with the breeze. Giants will win the first centre clearance. They're going to have to play some pretty good footy to peg back this margin. Callahan at half forward. Jacob Ware, the sub, is on. We'll get the Tubes in a minute for Bob Jane Teamarts. Kick inside 50. Cadman flew. And there's a hold, and it's going to go the way of Jesse Hogan. So he'll have the first shot at goal. About 40 metres out, he'll kick this almost straight in front. And he'd want to punch it low and hard and see if he can limit the breeze impact and kick the first of the final quarter.
Sicily just grabbed on to the front of his jumper. Clear as day there. You're not going to get away with that one.
That was on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Go Harvey Norman. Hisense 2024 TV run out on now. Big screens. King screens, all screens on sale at Harvey Norman. Hogan from just inside 50. Didn't quite get the journey. Still in play. Toby Green trying to create something in the pocket. Handball to the top of the square. Little Darcy Jones trying to get free. Can't get his boot the ball, and we'll have a stoppage. Tubes, what do you got for us, Bob J. Teamarts?
Sorry, fellas, I've been filling up the water bottles for the Hawks, and I haven't figured out who's been subbed off for the Giants as yet, but I will get you that information ASAP.
No stress.
We're busy fixing light towers.
I thought you were going to say you're filling your boots.
Been doing it all, Tubes.
Got a lady up here too, Tubes, not just the fellas.
I know it does sound like 4 blokes, but I assure you.
So it'll be ball tossed in. Deep in attack for the Giants. They trail by 20. Early stages, final term. Well done, Briggs. Got out to Bedford, who has a snap. And there it is. Bedford gets his second. Perfect start to this final term for the Giants. They claw the margin back to 14 points. You want to head downstairs for Bob Jane Seamarch, Tubes?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Callum Ward's been subbed off for the Giants.
Thanks, Tubes. I thought you had a bit more for us there, Tubes. just subbed off.
That's it.
Has he got a little injury? Is he getting a massage on a calf? What's going on? But no, great finish
tactical.
there. Tactical, yeah. They want a bit more run in the game, and great finish there by Bedford. Stoppage work, nice little touch off the hands, and he just needed to be accounted for more in that stoppage. Hawthorn didn't get goal side of him, corridor side, and they let him run straight through the stoppage.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Meek down, Newcomb. Got a free kick for in the back. No, it'll go the way of the Giants. They take the advantage, and Hogan. Sticky mitts in front of Sicily. Takes the mark 45 from home.
Well, he'll know what he has to do. He's going to have to give it a little bit more than last time. He was around here in his last shot at goal where didn't quite make the distance.
So he's going to have to give it a royal roost here. Last one fell short. He tight riders it, breaks the 50, sinks the slipper, and he's pushed it again. Across the face, and it's marked by the big man, Lloyd Meek.
Landed in almost the exact same spot as at his last shot at goal. That win making things really tricky.
He didn't learn at all, did he?
No.
Kick from D'Ambrosio is a good one. Along the boundary line from Morrison. A 14-point lead to the Hawks. Early stages, fourth quarter. Kicking with the breeze. Some of the Red Z lenders, some of the big ball winners for both teams in a minute as Nash will drive it towards half forward. He'll keep it wide. Ginnivan. Flicked out the handball to Moore. McGuinness. Open forward line. Lowers the eyes. Good kick for Hardwick. Full chested. 45, 48 metres out on a slight angle. And he absolutely has the journey from here.
He's been impressive tonight, Hardwick, playing front shoulder. He's been able to get a lot of those balls coming in low, and then once the ball, either he marks it or it hits the ground and he creates an opportunity. Sam Mitchell would be very happy with having a Blake Hardwick in his football side.
He's been good, really good tonight. 1 goal, 2 from his 15 disposals. He's set up a couple as well. This will be big. Walks in, wheels out, and then hooked it badly. In fact, real bad. Out on the full. Red Z lenders.
Yeah, Red Z lending stats. Lockie Whitfield, 29 touches. Tom Green, 26. Ash, 21. And for Hawthorn, Mackenzie, 25. Will Day, 23. Finn McGuinness, 21.
It's Red Z lending. Loans for the self-employed. RED-ZED as Whitfield comes up for disposal number 30.
He wants to go corridor. Instead, he just has to squirt it wide to Callahan. He's been well held since quarter time. Came out with a lightning start and dropped off somewhat as Whitfield, the major ball winner on the ground, and gets it off to Ash. And now Callahan, the drive-by. He just handballed it forward straight to the opposition as Joel arches the back. Got it out to McGuinness. He was closed down on the kick. Tumbling ball cut off. Ash sweeps the handball wide. Cornelio twinkle toes away, and then he spots up Jones at right half back. So 15 and a half left in this final term. Hawthorn 72, the Giants 58. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
Kick to the wing, Giants win the contest. Daniels handball, Tom Green kicks brilliant. Centre half forward, Toby Green. Open forward line, Stringer's peeled out into space. Kick goes in that direction, but Dylan Moore read the cues, ran back hard and chopped it off with an intercept mark.
The ball felt like it was in the air for a million years. He was just waiting for it to drop, and it just didn't. Stringer was left under the footy.
And look at Dylan Moore charging past. Doesn't get the handball, but it's with Battle, who wheels and goes inside 50. There's that man again, Sam Taylor. Intercept mark number 6. And see Luke Bruce warming up, getting ready to come on as the sub.
He's been brilliant, Taylor, but that's when you know as a coach your system's working, when your half forwards getting back 30 metres out from goal and able to take intercept marks in what Dylan Moore just did.
Hawks by 14 as he goes long and strong to the broadcast wing. Ball off a couple of sets of hands and then it's walked across the line by Morrison.
Red Z lending stats. I know Cadman hasn't had a huge game statistically, but I reckon we're starting to see him come of age with how hard he's hitting the packs. He's launching into everything. He's created contests. He looked really good before Jesse Hogan got the free kick.
Isaac Smith on the Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Joined tonight by Collingwood superstar Ruby Schleicher. As Bruce gets the jacket off on the boundary, getting ready to activate himself into this match. Ball in, Meek and Briggs, slap to the front, McKenzie there, so too Newcomb. He crumbs it up with one mitt and then snaps it around his left shoulder up to the 50. Back with a flight, Himmelberg saves the day.
He'd have pretty good pay per minute the last 18 months, Luke Bruce, wouldn't he?
Short kick from Himmelberg, risky, but Chol gave away the free kick. And a nice batch payment just for 25 minutes of footy every week.
Kicks a couple of goals.
Connor Iden still at the top of his defensive 50. They're just trying to probe their way through. They try by 14 points. GWS, 13 and a half minutes remaining in this one. They want to get their handball chain going. Stone to Callahan. It's risky. It's fraught with danger. It can work if you get through, or it can set you up to fail if you can't. Callahan tried to bite off a bit too much. Hardwick doesn't waste any time. Goes low and hard. He hooks it again. He wheels out a lot and he really hooks these kicks. 1 goal, 3 and 1 out on the full for Blake Hardwick. But they lead by 15 points, the Hawks.
Red Z lending stats. He's the number 3rd ranked player on the ground, Blake Hardwick. And if he'd kicked an extra 3 goals, because he's kicked 1 goal, 3, he'd be clearly the best player on the ground.
He was frustrated then, Callahan. He was looking for teammates. Usually they're turning up and you can assure someone's off the shoulder to get running and get on their bike, but just no one turned up for him.
There's Cadman.
Ash bombs long Cadman. Here's Daniels, a bit of spark and intensity. Kelly feeds the handball to Cornelio, who's running backwards. Back into D50, then sends a high ball, sets his teammate up. Oh, did well in the end, Buckley. The pressure was coming from Gunston, but he paid the mark. He looks up. They trail by 15 points here, the Giants. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
Well, they're trying to avoid kicking long down the line, the Giants. They were forced to on that occasion. Hawks win the ball back. Hardwick again. His kick inside 50, missed the mark. It spills to Newcomb. Underground handball. Weddle tries to find a way through. They have to retreat. Amon on his left from 50. Under pressure. Into the pocket. Chol couldn't quite. They just can't put the dagger in him yet, the Hawks. Giants hanging in, but they're stuck in their back half. Buckley to the sub where tumbles it along the ground. Dribble kick. Hogan. Stringer. His handball. Sicily, and eventually it goes out of bounds. So 15-point margin. 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Hawks have the ball at half forward.
Just quickly, Choice Hotels around the grounds. 15 minutes to go in the 4th. The Cats have hit the front. They're leading by 3, 51 to 54.
Jake Stringer, 12 touches so far in his first hit out with the Giants. Just a 3 behinds. Hasn't been able to find a major on the scoreboard tonight, but could be his moment in the final 11 minutes. They trail by 15 points here, the Giants.
And they just cannot move the ball out of their defensive third of the ground.
Tom Green falling to the deck, got the kick, it's cut off, and jammed back inside 50 for the Hawks, and diving across again with Sammy Taylor. He knocks it out of bounds, 30 around from the Hawks' goal.
And Red Z lending stats. The biggest ball winners for GWS, Whitfield and Green, are going in low 60% disposal efficiency. The 2 leading ball winners for Hawthorn are going in the 70s.
Throw in inside 50. McGuinness couldn't get boot the ball. Taylor. Handball cut off. Hardwick kicks it to a dangerous spot. It bounces and tumbles. Ware has to commit. Gunston D'Ambrosio taking in a tackle, 40 out from the Hawks goal. Still 15-point margin. Now just 11 minutes, 20 left on the clock. You feel one more might just be enough for the Hawks. McKenzie got it to Ward. McGuinness off one step, top of the square. Buckley tried it, didn't even try and mark it. He tried to tap it into the path of a teammate, which worked. Ash, Connor Stone under pressure. Bouncing, tumbling ball. Sicily got it. McGuinness, point of the square. Half forward. Battle. Ward will want to come back on his left. Now he goes short on the right. McKenzie not 15. He goes short. Gunston. Good composure by Hawthorn. And this might be it if he can go back and kick from 48 metres out on a tough angle. 2-2 this afternoon. He shanked a couple. Big third turn for Gunston into the breeze. This is a big moment. Disposal number 15 goes across the face of goal. His radar's been a little bit off. 2-3 tonight. And it's still 16 points of margin. 10 minutes 20 left on the clock. Hawks haven't been able to land the knockout punch just yet.
Well, they've got to be convincing with the ball here. They've been toying around with it too much, and this is how to start it. Handball receives, get some flow going.
Ash, long to the outer side, falling the deck, the subware. Well on again, Sicily with the pressure. Neutral territory on the outer side. So what can Adam Kingsley do from here, Rubes? What can he do with the Magnets?
Oh, well, you've just got to, I think you've got to get Toby Green into the stoppage, start creating things. If you're going to get the ball forward, you need your best players around the ball. So it looks like he's getting a little bit further up now. He's sitting corridor side of the stoppage. Get him around it, try to get some forward territory going. But the Hawks, again, winning clearance.
Newcomb off one step. Tumbling ball to the top of the 50. Watson had his head taken off again. And you'll receive another free kick as we see so often. He might back himself here too, man on the mark, right on 50.
This will be a big one.
I think he'll want the moment.
Oh, Sicily's...
That's Canelio hurt again. He's been in the wars. Oregon Watson wants this moment. This is the highlight we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
This is the killer blow.
Mouth guard's coming out. Fixes the hair.
Yeah, you got to do that.
And he's planning his celebration. It's just running through his head, Ruby. He knows what he's got planned if he kicks this.
He'll be off to the races.
There'll be something big. He's had a big night. Disposal number 19. He runs out. He lets it fly from 55, but he hooked it again. And still 17 points. Still time for the Giants to kick 3 more. 9 minutes on the clock. Triple M, Beacon Trade scoreboard.
He's taken the 0 to the sideburns as well. It's a very sharp haircut.
It doesn't bode well for Watson, though, when he's 50 metres out with a 7-goal breeze behind him and can't make the distance.
Let's go boundary side for Bob Jane. Must buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback. Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo, Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. Tubes?
Yes, Mabsy's been subbed off and Bruce has been activated, a tactical sub for the Hawks.
Nice, Tubes. So we'll have a ball up on this broadcast wing. Keefe in the ruck now lays the big tackle.
Oh, that wasn't cheeky down there. Coughing his guts up.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. Brizzy back in front. Zach Bailey goal puts him ahead by 3 points with 12 minutes to go.
Nice, Rubes. Choice Hotels around the grounds.
We're talking about what Kingsley needs to do here. They need to get their players up the ground and try and beat Hawthorn back. What have we got, a free kick here?
Yeah, Newcomb unfortunately grabbed it out of the ruck because the ball blew his way. He had to leave it. And now Kelly on the wing. 17 points down the Giants. Time starting to be an issue. He'll go long. Barris in the box seat. Couldn't take the mark. Impey couldn't clear the area. Canelio just wrapped up. So top of the 50.
First time in their forward half of the ground for a little while. It's been living in the Hawks forward half, so they need to get some movement, some opportunities.
So ball pinging around at ground level. Just the 1 goal this term to the Giants through Bedford. So it's been a real arm wrestle.
Is Tubes all right now?
Yeah, I don't know. You okay, Tubes? Can we head down there? Is that you coughing your guts up?
12 minutes to go. 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 12
It is not me. I am absolutely fine.
Or can you check on who it is? Make sure he's alive.
Maybe look over your left shoulder.
I will go and check for you, Ruby.
Thank you.
I was going to say, you could check the lights were on, but you couldn't check that someone's dying.
Meek just manhandled Keefe, and then he spins and sends a high one inside 50. Himmelberg back with the flight. Takes a comfortable chest mark. So they need to throw the kitchen sink at it now, the Giants.
Well, it's time to get going now. And it's good to see handball receive, get aggressive, go through the middle of the ground, force Hawthorn to defend.
They do that just now as Kelly was clipped high.
I think that was maybe trying to get a 50
Trying to
there.
get the 50. The umpire didn't buy it, so he handballs off to the drive-by. Himmelberg, long driving drop punt inside 50. Back with a flight. Weddle stands tall, one pluck.
He's trying to get a 50, and then it's that not working in your favour because Hawks defenders are able to get into their position, and that long kick and any sort of advantage your forwards had ahead of ball is taken up because you take time on the ground. So didn't love that from Kelly.
Sicily just waits for an option, and it's GF. 7 minutes remaining, holding on to a 17-point lead here, the Hawks. Kick short over the top for D'Ambrosio.
CJ looks like he's built well into this game. He's had a fair impact through the middle part of the game, and he's come off a pretty injury-interrupted season last year.
It's been 10 goals to 3 since quarter time in favour of the Hawks. Briggs takes the good mark, one-handed. And he's going to take some risks, comes into the corridor. Whitfield, Iden and Kelly, they link it up by hand. Back to Whitfield. Need to find a mark. Kick goes wide there. He's the man that Izzy just spoke of, GF. Getting better the longer this game goes. And he goes inboard to D'Ambrosio, who finds McKenzie. How many red set lenders for Cam McKenzie? This has been a career high night for him.
Well, it's saying 28, but I don't think they've just updated his latest touch. So I reckon that was touch number 29.
He's never had 30 in a game.
Or 29.
Inside 50, off hands, Iden there. Immediately had it stripped. Himmelberg looking boundary. Safety. Taylor falls over. And the ball tumbles out of bounds. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in this one. The Hawks leading by 15 points. And they're deep in attack here. Can they put the nail in the coffin? As the players set themselves, the ball spins back in. It'll be Meek and Briggs. Meek to the front, McKenzie lurking. Hurried, high kick from Ware and parked underneath GF. 70 from home.
5:50 left on the clock now. They just have to work the minutes here, the Hawks. And they'll go 4 and zip to start the season. Kick into the pocket, that's where they want it. Ginnivan keeps it wide. Watson again led with the head, and he's going to get the free kick.
It's a late whistle as well. Took him a little while. You thought, well, he definitely overemphasised the high ball, but Cornelio absolutely filthy.
Yeah, and you understand why he's filthy, but I think Watson actually has really good technique when he does it. He doesn't necessarily drop his shoulder. He just stays really low. And it's so difficult to tackle. It's so hard as a tackler to try and get underneath.
Well, he's already so low to the ground. How do you get even lower?
Here's another opportunity for the sealer. He missed one moments ago. This time he steps out. He lets the breeze bring it back. This time he hung it out too far. He's frustrated. Hasn't quite been his night from a scoreboard sense, but he's been hugely influential.
He's still the number 1 ranked player on the ground with the Red Zeds.
And it's an 18-point margin, and now the Giants are going to have to kick 3 goals in under 5 minutes into the breeze.
Well, they've got to go here. They can't just keep going around the boundary.
Cornelio twists around GF and then spits a low flat one, finds Jones, who darts it straight onto the chest of McKenzie. And he's into the 30s now, is he?
That's number 30 on the Red Zeds.
What a night he's had.
Choice Hotels around the grounds.
9:20 left in the fourth. Brizzy's still leading by 3.
Sicily, left half back. He's happy just to milk seconds off the clock here, and why not? They're in control. 18 points. Amon winds up on the left slipper down the line. Bruce in that contest at the spill. Ginnivan, a high wobbly one inside 50, 2-on-2. Taylor was good, but at the spill, here he is, Bruce. Handballs it back out towards Watson. It ricochets up towards Iden. He sends one straight up the chimney. Meek there, off hands. Tom Green, just handballs to advantage. Keefe, a little drive-by. Couldn't quite stick it there with Stone. But he did well. He went back and laid the tackle on Amon. We'll have a ball up on this broadcast wing.
They're just missing that polish, the Giants. In the first quarter, we saw them clean, flicking their hands and hitting their shorts. At the moment, they're missing their short kicks. They're forward handballing to people in trouble. There's no run from behind to really put speed on the ball.
Newcomb's clearing kick went out of bounds on the full.
Reds End lending stats. McKenzie, 30 possessions, but what's impressive, 77% disposal efficiency, and he's had 8 score involvements.
He's been excellent. Getting some opportunity without Warple to play more in the centre bounce. Kick to the wing. Giants win this ball. Got runners either side. Briggs can get it to Callaghan. He's on the wrong side though. He'll have to go on his right boot. Still a good kick for Hogan, who's going to get a free kick. So Hogan will have the free kick 15 metres out straight in front. To get it back to 2 goals the margin with 3 minutes on the clock. There is still time. It would be one of the more unlikely wins if they could pull it off. And Hogan is going to line up for goal number 4.
Battle's arguing it, but I think it was definitely there.
Back a long way, Jesse Hogan. Comes in. Got the stutters going. And just sneaks it home. He's got 4. And it's 12 points to margin. 2:42 left on the clock. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, you know you're in good form when I feel like Jesse Hogan hasn't ripped this game apart, but he's still kicked 4 goals. So the reigning Coleman medalist from last year is finding his form early in the season, but we're seeing on the Harvey Norman here, Josh Battle wasn't happy every day of the week. That's a free kick. Didn't have his eyes on the ball and wrapped his arms around him. So deserved free kick. GWS is still in this, but they have to win this centre clearance.
He knew it himself. He cut it pretty fine near the goalpost as well. Put their hands to the mouth thinking, geez, I left that a little too close. Just skimmed it. Maybe overestimated the wind a little.
Voice of Ruby Slicer next to Isaac Smith. All-star cast here. Lee Montagna, Tim Solly and Tubes down on the boundary. What have the Giants got in these final 3 minutes? For McDonald's and Room Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. They need 2 goals as Toby Green gets it up to Tom Green. He sends it inside 50. Oh, the package flew off hands. More at the spill. He got it up to Morrison, who's dragged down. Now on the turnover, Ash, bit heavy with the kick. Oh, it's going to work out. Floating in from the side, the man of the moment, the captain, Toby Green. It'll be a tough kick from here. He knows that he's looking for Hogan. Instead, he pushes back off his mark. 2 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. He wheels boundary side, gives it the arc. Helicopter punt, top of the square. Through the hands of Meek. Cadman, flying shot, didn't get it. Barris. High ball back outside 50, parked underneath Himmelberg. Oh, it's a hectic footy. Taylor got it up to Toby Green. Big smother Impey. Moore, tackled by Taylor. Ball locked in. 46 out for the Giants goal, and there's been a free. Too high to Dylan Moore.
And now they just need to milk the clock, minute 30 left. They weathered the little storm there, the Hawks.
Well, they were a little too casual at centre bounce. They left Finn Callahan completely by himself at the back of the stoppage. He was the one that created the clearance. So you'd think 2 goals up, 2 minutes to go. You're locking on and you're making sure their best player and their most damaging player in the midfield is curbing any sort of influence at this stage.
And Nick Watson wins himself another free kick for high tackle. He's had a terrific game. Kick inside 50. Gunston, big second half. Kicks it all the way to the goal mouth. Jacob Ware, the wingman, right back last line, but it's going to be too hard now for the Giants from here. Choice hotels around the grounds, Ruby, at the game at the Gabba.
6 minutes to go, and the Brisbane Lions have just kicked another 64-55 going their way at the Gabba.
Paris takes the mark, and that'll seal it now for the Hawks.
I think so, Joey. He cuts it inside. Weddle. Happy to burn seconds here. He spits a kick laterally and finds Amon. It's been a big ask. They trailed by 35 points here at quarter time, the Hawks. It was set up with a big second term. Will Day was huge. McKenzie's been outstanding. As battle goes high and long up to the 50. Ball off hands, Iden. They feed it around, Callahan. He just wobbles one wide to grass, bed for the target. And there it is. The Hawks sink their talons into the Giants and make a huge statement and get across the line by 12 points. So it was a big night. They came in undefeated. The Giants coming off the break, Ruby. They had fresh legs. They looked like the superior team early, the Giants, but the Hawks just ran away with it.
They did. The Giants coming off that bye from last week. The Hawks coming off 3 big wins to start this season. And again, them just sort of putting their foot on the throat of this competition and proving why they're the team to beat this early in the season. They did. They looked out of sorts in the first quarter. They looked just a step behind, as if maybe 4th game of the season, a few tired legs against a really fresh team. But come the second half of the second quarter, they just hit their straps. A lot of thanks to Will Day and the Wizard, who just collected the side, gathered the momentum, and they really held that through. Definitely a few lulls in there, but you know, by the second half, third quarter, they completely owned territory going against the wind, and the Giants just too much ground to make up.
Is that the best game we've seen from Nick Watson so far in his short career?
Yeah, I think it's the most complete game. Best game, and it all depends on how you want to measure it, whether that's goals or scoreboard impact, but I thought that was his most complete game. He was able to win the ball up the ground, but he was also able to get back, get shots on goal, create opportunities for his teammates, lay tackles, and I thought, yeah, it was his most complete performance at AFL level.
Cam McKenzie, just in game 38, can you believe it? In game 38, he looks like a seasoned professional out there tonight.
30 disposals, 10 contested possessions, going at 77%, 21 uncontested, 8 score involvements and 5 tackles. So it's a pretty good stat line there by McKenzie. I just think of in the second, I think a lot of the momentum, you know, I spoke about Day and the Wiz, but there was a passage of play where I reckon he had about 4 or 5 of his touches in the one passage. It ended up in a goal for the Hawks, but he really was involved in that momentum swing for the Hawks where they got on top in that second. Really crucial timing to get involved, and was able to hold that for the remainder of the game and help them get over the line.
The way he twists and turns, his centre of gravity just reminds us of Sam Mitchell, his coach. We'll head down to Fox Footy now. They've got Nick Watson, ground level.
Tell us how tough that was. Yeah, it was, especially that first quarter. We didn't get much opportunity, but we knew it was going to be like that. We saw the breeze coming in, and I thought our boys fought hard, and yeah, it was a tough start, but we definitely showed love.
What was the change in the third quarter? Because there was no goals at the right of screen, and you guys kicked 4 in the third to the Giants 2 who had the win.
Yeah, obviously it was a bit of an adjustment. We knew us forwards had to get moving. We were a bit slack in that first quarter, so it was a bit of an adjustment. We just needed energy, and yeah, we definitely brought that.
Well, there's a big advantage of it, you know, being knee-high or a grasshopper. 10 to 2 in free kicks, but you got a few high ones today because you know, attacking the ball is one thing, but you know, driving your legs out of those contests, you're going to get a few.
Yeah, about time. I've missed a few in the past, so yeah, thanks to the help they've given to me.
What about the energy for the forwards, the smalls? We had Marviol down there, we got Gunners as a hybrid, but you smalls, like the well you've gelled so far earlier this year, is pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It took us a bit early on last year to gel as a group. There's a lot of new faces, but yeah, we're definitely getting our mojo now.
Wiz, that's enough out of you. You're a good man. Well done. Will Day's going to come over and have a chat down on your haunches. Tough game, Will.
Yeah, they're always tough to play against, and they're a good outfit, so it was nice to get the job done.
What about the midfield coming in? We know the wind, we just spoke to Wiz about that one. It was heavily weighted to the right of left of screen, but the midfield battle coming in, talk us through that one.
Oh, we know the players that they have. Tom Green, Finn Callahan's been in hot form, so we knew it was a strength of theirs, and I was happy we were able to match it and, yeah, get the job done.
What about your 60-metre goal? I thought it came off your shin. Did it come off your shin? It looked like a helicopter to me.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, I just sort of chucked it out in the centre of the ground and the wind just rode it home, so, yeah, I was a bit surprised myself as well.
What about midfielders? You look up that forward line, it was really only Marviol who's your big, tall target, and then you got all the smalls. It's, you know, finding that hit-up target with those smalls, they bring so much energy, don't they?
yeah, it's been so important for all of them to play their role, and at times they're going to have to fly because a lot of defenders against us have been pretty tall, so it's something we're still working out. We've got a few injured key forwards, but yeah, our smalls have been awesome, and Choli's been great.
What about three-quarter time? Take us inside the mind of Sam Mitchell. What was his instructions?
I think just still trying to play our way, which is hard when GWS, when they're down, they just go for it from their half-back. So, yeah, it was pretty tough to still play our way, but I was just glad we were able to get it done, and, yeah, it wasn't a repeat of in Canberra last year.
Sam, he certainly brings the fun. He brings the pranks too. Are they any good?
Oh, God, no. No, shocking. No, I reckon you would have had a few better ones in your time.
What about coming to Tassie too? Because it's an incredible history and incredible record you've got here. Playing this ground, is there any secret to it?
Oh, I don't know if there's any secrets, but we just love coming down to Tassie. It feels like our second home, and we've got a lot of comfort coming down here, so we use it as a weapon.
Defeated, Will. Keep it going. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yes, Will Day and Nick Watson, boundary side. That's courtesy of Fox Footy. They're a happy team in Hawthorn, no doubt about that. Victorious by 12 points here. We'll be back to pull this one all apart, dissected here with Isaac Smith and Ruby Slicer. That's right after this for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Every week on Mick in the Morning, you'll hear from one of the biggest names in the game.
He stands there like a Goliath.
Club captain.
And he bombs away.
All-Australian and Premiership captain.
Number 11, the captain of the Melbourne Football Club, Max Gawn.
Get Max Gawn's review of the round, Monday after 7 on Mick in the Morning with Rube, Titus and Rosie.
Triple M. Get yourself a new Bailey aluminium step extension ladder. The quickest, most compact conversion ladder available. Enter the draw to win one of two $1,000 gift cards. Limited time exclusively at Bunnings.
Hello, Bank.
Hi, I want to apply for a home loan, but I'm a bit confused.
Confusion is our specialty.
Okay, so what's a comparison rate?
Oh, don't look at that.
Why not?
It's the real cost of the loan.
Oh, what does all this jargon mean?
Who doesn't understand LMI or DTI or LVR?
Me? How will I know what I'm really getting into?
Is that for your P&I or your IO?
WTF.
Athena's home loan experts are here to help you, not confuse you. Call us on 13 35 35 or book a time to talk at athena.com.au. Athena, love us and leave us.
Tradies, why settle for good value when you can get great trade value with AEG Power Tools? Buy the 2-piece Fusion brushless kit and get your choice of a free redemption item worth up to $299. Choose from over 20 options. T's and C's apply. AEG Trade Value. It's great.
The Qantas Health Insurance Points Boost is on, which means it's now even more rewarding to switch or join. For a limited time, you'll earn up to 150,000 Qantas points to put towards flights, upgrades, hotel stays, and more. That's up to 10,000 more points. Make this the year you switch to health insurance that could help take you on a holiday. Time is ticking, so don't miss out. Offer ends 31 March. Search Qantas Health Insurance today. Issued by NAB Health Funds. Eligibility criteria and T&Cs apply.
This sound could save your life. If you're 45 to 74, you can do a free bowel screening test at home every 2 years. If you already have one, put it in the bathroom and get to it. Visit bowelcancer.org.au for more information.
Well, do you want to make sure your business gets all the chocolates this Easter? Well, you can do it with Triple M. Well, everyone's getting ready to stock up for their Easter break or choose where to go for their getaway, or maybe figure out what fun to have. Make sure your business is at the top of their mind by advertising locally right here on Triple M. Our huge local audience is ready, waiting and listening. So go on, get cracking this Easter. Visit triplem.com.au now and click on Advertise Local.
Right now, Sellies and Triple M are giving you the chance to win $10,000 cash. Call 1300 337 787. Tell us when or how Sellies has saved or could have saved the day on your job site and you're in the running. If it's Sellies, it works.
At Sportsbet, we salute those who have a crack, like local footy coach Terry, who's simplifying game day tactics.
Now let's get out there and score more goals!
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
That was easy. Just like when Terry wants to have a crack at an AFL same-game multi, he uses the Sportsbet app. Sportsbet, proud supporters of having a crack. Conditions apply.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
The Lowdown. Around town. The absolute final deadline to live mortgage-free in the Royal Melbourne Hospital Home Lottery's $5 million grand prize is April 4. Get your tickets now at rmhomelottery.com.au. The Lowdown.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M footy review for Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
Full time here at UTAS. It was an impressive Hawks outfit that got over the line by 12 points in the end. Triple M Amy review. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy, here with Ruby Slisher and Isaac Smith. Guys, in a couple of words, how do we see the match tonight, given the Giants were up by 35 points at quarter time and the Hawks hit back?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, I don't even want to say it was a tale of two halves, because really from quarter time, the Giants couldn't find their mojo again. It was a pretty even ledger going into the half time. But, yeah, the Hawks just showed their dominance. They really put their foot to the throat of the Giants, and when the Giants had the wind, they just really couldn't take advantage of it. So the Hawks, that third quarter was just complete domination from them, and they were able to hold on.
What is it about down here, the Hawks? They just love playing at Lonnie, don't they, Isaac?
Yeah, well, you hear Will Day talk about it after the game, and it was like he was talking like he was a player that played 15 years ago, talking about how it's their second home. They know exactly what to do when they get down there, on field but off field as well. They're so comfortable. The team get looked after so well by the locals down there, and it's just a great place to go. So they would have been gearing up for a big one here because they've got the bye next week as well. So they would have been tuned up to their eyeballs, ready to go. And the other thing is, a lot of teams don't like going down there because it's cold. Not that cold this time of year, but there's still that psychological thing when teams go down to Tassie. They think, oh, it's going to be cold, it's going to be miserable, and they're already in for a hard weekend before they even get there.
I'll tell you what, you love it down here too. You're hanging out the window before the call, signing all the jumpers, signing all the ladies' chests and just everything, just getting right into it down here.
You got to.
You are an absolute celebrity down here, aren't you?
Got to get around it.
Yeah, well, tonight's I'm Macca's I'm Loving It moment. We love this one. Tonight's I'm Loving It moment happened in the last quarter. Here's how we called it on Triple M Footy. Hawks surging again forward. McGuinness. Handball out wide for Nash. He's bumped on the kick. It's a high one inside 50. Hardwick again. Couldn't reel it in. Flicks it up to his mate Gunston, who snaps. Sublime finish by Gunston. They are simply unstoppable at the moment, Hawthorn. I'll put that one in the bank, Ruby. Won't get too many of those throughout the year, so I'll enjoy that. Time for the Triple M MVP award. Who's got the vote?
Yeah, I got the vote. So one vote, Blake Hardwick. I thought he was brilliant up forward. The contest he created, he didn't necessarily get the Red Zed stats that you'd be looking for, but still ended up with 14 kicks, 1 goal, 3, 8 score involvements. I thought Cam McKenzie, first time he was able to get 30 touches. I thought he was brilliant. So he had 30 touches, 8 score involvements, a heap of tackles, 10 contested possessions as well, Ruby. He was brilliant. But the best player on the ground was Nick Watson. He was able to be the forward line player as the number 1 ranked player on the ground. He had 21 disposals, 10 kicks, 9 score involvements, 5 tackles. But it wasn't just that. His disposal efficiency was 86%, and everything he did turned to goal tonight and created opportunities for his teammates. And from a small forward, that's all you want.
Nice, Izzy. Like that out of you. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Let's get those scores from up at the Gabba. Of course, the round 0 match got rescheduled tonight between the Cats and the Lions. Choice Hotels gets you more for your money so you can check into more. Get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Rubes, what happened up at the Gabba?
Brizzy ran away 9-point winners in the end. Major ball winners, Will Ashcroft had 33 and 1. McGluggage 30. Max Holmes was the best for the Cats, it looks like, 29 and 1. Zorko 28 and 1. And Dunkley 26. So fair few players getting plenty of the ball there. But the Lions just absolutely getting it done.
Nice, Rubes. Fantastic work by you tonight. Great to call with you again. You get the 1 vote. Izzy, you did the Red Z Lending stats tonight, so you get the 2 votes. And, of course...
Although he couldn't figure it out.
No,
he was barely doing them.
And Chew Man is underpaid.
Yeah, we might have to start a petition for the Chew Man, I think. Get the old GoFundMe campaign, try and get some more money in his pocket.
He can buy another spa.
He does a fine job. He might upgrade the spa, get one of those big swimming spas, maybe. Chew Man, we're onto it. That's about all from us here at UTAS Stadium. It was the Hawks by 12 points here. We're signing off. Tim Solly here with Isaac Smith, Ruby Slicer, Lee Montagna. We had Tubes doing fine work down on the boundary night for Bob Jane Team Arts all night. To Pigsy, Jared and Leroy back in the studio, the whole team that makes this possible. Let's take this one out with the Hawthorn song from McDonald's and Marine Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Enjoy this one, Hawks fans.
Triple M Footy Review for Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Melbourne, weekdays from 6. It's Mick in the Morning. It's the show with Mick Malloy, Nick Rewalt, Titus O'Reilly and Rosie Walton.
Max Gawn is with us.
What's your favourite slot as a player? I like playing in this one. Anything with red footies. So red footies is pre-3 p.m.
So you look at it as red footies, yellow footies. I look at it as mid-strength beer, full-strength beer.
Start your day with Mick in the Morning. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Visit quit.org.au to start your journey and quit one step at a time.
Curious about how a business loan from On Deck can assist your small business? Meet Katrina, a proud cafe owner who needed a helping hand.
I needed $20,000 fast to help manage my cash flow issues and stay in the green with my suppliers. On Deck swooped in, and in just 3 hours, I had what I needed to keep my business moving.
Visit ondeck.com.au today and see how we can help build your small business dreams. T's and C's apply. All loans are subject to lender approval.
Dive into the minds of the investigative journalists and researchers who uncover well-kept secrets with Listener's lineup of investigative podcasts. Download the Listener app and search Uncover.
Listener.
Hey, anyone seen Steve? He was meant to be on site an hour ago. This is so annoying.
What have I told you? Call Construct Personnel. Oh, but they're more expensive, blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, but so are you. That's because you're damn good. What's your favourite saying? In, out.
All right. Point taken. Construct Personnel? I'll give him a call.
They're ex-tradies, recruiting tradies. They'll only send us the best people with real industry experience.
Yeah, you can stop.
It's 1300 Labour or search Construct Personnel.
Monarch could take your footy club to the next level with pro ground markings and a mini Monarch footy clinic with Brendan Favola. Enter now at monarchclubupgrade.com. Monarch. Painting made easy. Available at Bunnings Warehouse.
Tools. Sydney Tools Mechanical Workshop is on now, up to 55% off. Load up your toolbox with mind-blowing savings. Lincoln 50-litre air compressor now $249. Bayer variable speed sander polisher only $69. Save on combo kits, power tools, hand tools, air compressors, laser levels, welders and more. Save $150 on a gear wrench game changer 234-piece tool chest and trolley, now $17.49. Sydney Tools, best prices guaranteed. sydneytools.com.au.
The Lowdown. Around town. The absolute final deadline to live mortgage-free in the Royal Melbourne Hospital Home Lottery's $5 million grand prize is April 4. Get your tickets now at rmhhomelottery.com.au. The Lowdown.
A great plumber doesn't just keep up, they stay ahead of the game. And with the industry shifting toward energy-efficient solutions, heat pumps will be crucial for future jobs. PICAC helps you stay on top of industry standards with expert training. Right now, we're offering free half-day courses on the quality and compliant installation of hot water system heat pumps. Spots are filling fast, so register now at heatpumptraining.com.au. PICAC. your centre of excellence in plumbing industry training.
Big on features, big on value. The Jack T9 is under 50k drive away with a 7-year warranty, capped price servicing and 5-star NCAP safety. It's time to upgrade. Test drive yours today at Jack Motors Pakenham. LNCT 12710.
Triple M has been with you for years. Through all the good times.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And the greatest hits. Here's another greatest hit.